Place he was in the National Hockey League. And every starting goal, he kept us off the long goal. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved Noodles. Let's take another break here on Trade Center up next. The Van.
All right. Welcome back. Michael, what's going on? Fire Drury? Already? Already calling for his head this early in the day? He's got 2 hours left. Aiden, what's going on? He's pulling a Gordon. I love it. All right. We have absolute chaos going on in the NHL, and I'm here to cover it. Long time no see on the live. Sorry it took so long to start. Had to get back into it. But lots of trades going on in the NHL over the last couple of days. A flurry of them happened on Wednesday. We're going to cover most of the trades that have happened since, I think, like Wednesday. I think I want to talk about the McDermott one to the Devils as well, because I think that's a fun one. But a lot of stuff has happened today. So, the Rangers have just made 2 moves, and we'll get into that right away. I'm going to get those up on the screen for you as well. Big rumors as well with Kyle Dubas and Chris Drury over the last couple of days, apparently. You know, they had the Guentzel deal possibly getting worked on. That didn't go through, but they just made a deal for Chad Ruhwedel, and I'm going to try to get that up on the screen. And they also acquired Nick Petan from the Wild in exchange for Turner Elson. Nisa, what's going on? Aside from Wennberg, Drury has been massively underwhelming. I absolutely agree. We're going to get into that in a little bit, Nisa. I absolutely agree. What's going on, Connor? How you doing? Yeah, no, but we got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about the 2 moves he just made, and then I want to get into the Wennberg deal, obviously. Haven't even addressed the Wennberg deal yet. Just decided to wait until today. I knew I was doing the show. It's great to see all of you. Leave a like if you guys are excited about the stream. It's so nice to see you guys, honestly. It's been really nice. All right, we got Nick Petan. Yes, so it's more of an AHL trade. It's a Nick Petan in exchange for Turner Elson. This could be some more depth in the forward core for the New York Rangers. But let's get into the trades that Chris Drury just made. Let's get Chad Ruhwedel for a 2027 4th-round pick up on the screen for you. Let me just grab this. But how you guys doing? This deadline sucks so far a little bit. It stinks so far a little bit. There's plenty of time to go. I gotta just let me see if I can do this here. Well, okay, I can just do it from here. But yeah, it should be a good trade deadline in the next couple hours. Guentzel got traded to a division rival. Ranger fans, Ranger fans shouldn't be scared, but I think Chris Drury should be making a move in response. Yes, exactly. I agree. Okay, so let's see if I got that correct. Booyah. All right. Chad Ruhwedel to the from the Pittsburgh Penguins to the New York Rangers in exchange for a 2027 4th-round pick. Provides some defensive depth. Jacob Trouba, as you see on the top of the screen, day-to-day with a lower body injury, did not practice the last 2 days. So That means the Rangers need to get some depth on defense. They get Chad Ruhwedel. Chad Ruhwedel, believe he played bottom pair defense when the Rangers played the Penguins in round 1 2 years ago. Believe. Maybe. I don't know how much really he was playing this year. I'm assuming he was playing a little higher up for the Penguins just because they haven't really been too great. Have the Leafs made a trade yet? I'm not sure if the Leafs have made a trade today. Let's see. No. Leafs have not made a trade today. But they did make a trade yesterday with Carolina's 6th-round pick. But yeah, so the Rangers acquire some defensive depth as Chad Ruhwedel. I'm not like crazy about it. I'm hoping all the Rangers defensemen can be healthy for the playoffs, obviously. Like I said, a 2027 4th-round pick. Most likely Drury won't even be here to possibly have used that. So if this deadline keeps going at this rate. But yeah, I just don't know. We're going to get into the Guentzel thing too, obviously. Jay Guentzel traded to the Carolina Hurricanes. Obviously, we'll talk about that. Yeah, so that AHL deal I'm not going to really touch on, but Chad Ruhwedel is a New York Ranger, and now we're going to talk about the Alexander Wennberg deal as well. Let me see if I can pull that up for you really quickly. It's funny conditions on that deal as well. Funny conditions on that deal. Ivan, what's going on? Sorry, Ian, what's up? Andrew, how are you doing? How are you doing? Let me read the chat real quick. Zamir is a second. Sound going in and out. I don't know. Hope not. Hope not. I haven't streamed in a while, so I hope it sounds good. The only thing I can think of is a lack of cap space. Absolutely. Preventing Drury from making a move unless we trade Goody or something. Yeah, I don't know why Goody hasn't been moved, honestly. I really wish he would have been moved already, but that is absolutely prohibiting Drury from making moves, I believe. That's a good point. I don't know. I don't know if, like, and then the lack of space is one thing, but you got the LTIR money. You have around $3.5 million. They can absolutely make a move for a winger, at least to just like try out. You know, you can't just not go. You can't go without knowing if you can't go without a winger on the top 6 right now. You got to get someone. Anthony, what's going on? Donovan, how are you guys doing? So nice to see you guys. I heard Dubas might trade Crosby. That's why he's on the thumbnail. That's why he's on the thumbnail. I don't know if that's true, but I want to speculate a little bit. I would love to see that. Petruba on LTIR. Vegas can do what we can do too. I agree there, honestly. The Vegas stuff we'll get into too. We got about 2 hours left until the deadline. We can talk about a lot of things. The Vegas stuff, I don't know why more teams don't take advantage of that. I mean, obviously you don't want to like cheat the system, and especially if a player's healthy, he wants to play, I'm sure. So I'm not really too fond of the rule where what Vegas is doing. It's looking very obvious this season that like, not that they're doing it on purpose, but like they're taking advantage of the rule. Honestly, they are, and it's like, you know, what are you gonna do? Teams are trading with them. It's a league. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know, teams are trading with them. You know, the big thing is there's a rule that it's allowed. So I think it's like a $10 million limit you get in LTIR room. The Vegas Golden Knights are using all that up. You know, it's a rule. They're allowed to. I don't know if it's a great rule, but it's still a rule. Crosby, the Leafs, or Vegas? Oh my God! See again, like Vegas. I hope not. Hope they don't get another guy because they got Noah Hanifin beefing up their D-core. You know, the Tampa Bay Lightning have sold off so many assets over the last couple of seasons now that they couldn't even get Noah Hanifin out of Calgary, and he ends up going to Vegas. Vegas set up for success, man. Right out the gate, they're right up there with like those teams were like almost like Cowboys, like in like the NFL or like Yankees in the MLB. They're kind of getting into that territory already. Isn't that funny? Like 7 years into the league, so funny, so funny. But yeah, like I said, it is legal. I believe it is legal. Yeah, it is. Happy with Wennberg. I wanted Guentzel also though. Yeah, absolutely. I wanted Jay Guentzel also. I'm sure I close my window behind me. We'll talk about Jay Guentzel in a second. All right, cool. Pacioretty, honestly, Pacioretty's going to end up becoming a New York Ranger, honestly. I think in the next 2 hours, by the way, hit 1 o'clock just now. 1 o'clock. We're chilling, though. Yeah, no. What was that? Well, Pacioretty, I think he's going to go to the Rangers. I think Pacioretty's going to go to the Rangers. It's plain and simple. I think Pacioretty's going to go to the Rangers. I don't know why. I don't know if I really want him to, but I think he's going to go to the Rangers. All right, let's get back into the chat. Bills, what's going on? How you guys doing? Okay. We got to go real quick and then talk about, let's see, what could we talk about? What trade could we talk about? I got graphics made for the last couple of trades made over the last couple days. Not today, though. All right, we got, anything late? No, okay. Let's throw up on the screen. Let's see. Oh, well, the Wennberg deal, obviously, right? So let's just get that up. Let me get the Wennberg deal up really quickly. Alexander Wennberg will provide some bottom six depth for the New York Rangers as he is traded from the Seattle Kraken. I honestly, he was drafted in 2013. I want to say around 2015, 2016 he was coming around, and I kind of heard of him. And I maybe a year or two after, he extended in Columbus for 6 years. And I was like a little disappointed because I thought maybe he could have been a Ranger. And now all of a sudden he's a Ranger, so it's pretty cool. And I just got to find the graphic I made. Give me 1 second. What did I label a folder? There it is. Yeah, let's do Wennberg to the Rangers. Okay, excellent. All right, look. So the Rangers get a bottom six guy who's worth $2.2 million. He, like I said, provides bottom six depth. I don't know where Brodzinski might slide in. Look at the lines above the top of the screen here. Alexander Wennberg, who's wearing 91, was centering the third line of practice today in between Cooley and Vesey. So I'm not really too sure where Brodzinski, Goudreau, Edstrom, and Rempe slide in. And then also they're going to hopefully get a top six forward. And, who knows who leaves the roster, though. Whoever knows. We're not there yet. But we can find that out in the next 2 hours. But Alexander Wennberg, like I said, bottom six depth. You never know. He could end up finding himself next to Zibanejad and Kreider if they don't find a right winger. I could just see that absolutely happening. Mark my words. Trade deadline 2 hours away. I got TSN on ESPN Plus right now. I don't think anything else is on. Like I said, we got 2 hours left. In exchange, the Seattle Kraken get a second-round pick in this year's draft. That is key for the Rangers giving up. I'll tell you why in a couple seconds. And they also get a 2025 fourth-round pick. It's a Dallas draft pick that they currently own, I believe, because it was moved in an original deal. I think it was the Nils Lundqvist deal, and there was conditions on that, so there's conditions on this. I think that's what's going on. So yeah. All right. What's going on? What's up? Sharks acquire Kostin Radim Simic. The 24/7th. Okay. Well, that's a small trade. Red Wings trying to find anyone, I guess, eh? What up, Robert? How you doing? All right. We can move on from the Wennberg. That's my opinion on the Wennberg trade. What do you guys think about the Wennberg trade? Well, I mean, forget about what I think. What do you guys think about the Wennberg trade? Do you guys like him? Is he a bottom six guy that you think he can, slot in where Brodzinski was in the third line? Or do you think, he can end up in the top six? Is it a good move, bad move, bottom six move? What do you guys think? I gotta look at the other chat. I'm looking at the wrong one. There we go. Love the Wennberg trade. All right, Robert. He's a solid playoff performer as well. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen some highlights. Let's bring up his stats, actually. Go look at Wennberg's stats a little bit. But yeah, I've seen he had a big playoffs last year for the Seattle Kraken in their first playoff berth. They won a round. Or they won 2 rounds. Right? No, they won a round. They beat Colorado. They beat a tired Colorado team. Okay. Yeah, so he's got 9 goals. All right, I'll zoom in here and give you guys a screenshot there. But yeah, he's got 9 goals and 16 assists this regular season. I'll just bring up his career stats in the playoffs. I want to see. ESPN stats are a little strange. I don't know why it's showing me. There we go. Playoffs. All right. Okay. This is Wennberg's postseason. Actually, I could probably... Yeah, that's good. Okay, this is Wennberg's postseason. He's actually played in the postseason a few times. 5 games at Columbus, he had an apple in 16-17. In 3 games played, he had his first goal of a playoff series. He had 2 points in that round. Then he didn't do anything in the next round. 18-19. He only played 4 games. He only played 4 games in 18-19. Wasn't that the year Columbus? Yeah, that was the year Columbus beat Boston. Oh, no. Maybe that was the year before. Am I bugging? He only played 4 games that year, though. Trying to think if that was the year that they beat Boston, or am I bugging? I don't think it is now, right? That had to be the year before. Not beat Boston, met Boston, but beat Tampa. That's what I meant, beat Tampa. That must have been that year. Had several good playoff chances. Good playoffs with Columbus as well. Yeah, look, Wennberg, Kakko, Cooley would have been a good third line if we got a top line right winger. Well, we'll see. And then 1920, he played 10 games. He had 5 points. 2021, 6 games with Florida, 2 points. And then last year, like I said, the 14 games, 7 points in those games. And Seattle did, won a round. Yeah, they won a round. All right. Let's get rid of the Wennberg deal. We just talked about the Ruhwedel deal as well. Not sure where Ruhwedel will slide in if the D-core is healthy. I mean, do they like him more than other guys? Do they like him more than Schneider? Do they like him more than Eric Gustafsson? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen. Honestly, at this point, we have less than 2 hours left. It is a boring trade deadline, Marie. Absolutely. Yeah, not too many big deals. I mean, we had the huge deal in Jake Guentzel last night, which, you know what? Let's talk about that deal. I don't have a graphic made for that, but I'm sure we can pull one up. Let's see. Let's just go to Twitter. Let's get one pulled up. But yeah, Jake Guentzel goes to a division rival in the Carolina Hurricanes, from the Pittsburgh Penguins. And honestly, man, this is it's a big bit of a threat in the East, or at least in the Metropolitan for the Rangers. Okay, I got the whole trade here. I don't have the specifics because I'm pretty sure there's some conditions on the trade. But this graphic's just coming from Twitter, so I'm just gonna throw it up on the screen really quickly. But yeah, and then I can specify trades later. But yeah, this affects the Rangers, man, because they're gonna have to go through Carolina. I don't think Carolina's gonna lose round 1. I think they're built to win a round, no matter who they play. Whether it's Philadelphia or I don't know if they somehow lose their 3rd place spot. Or if I don't know. Hopefully the Rangers don't lose the division. But the Rangers are going to have to go through Carolina and the Panthers if they want to win the Stanley Cup. So the Florida Panthers go out and make a bunch of moves today that we'll get to. Made a couple moves yesterday. Vladimir Tarasenko's there. They beefed up their top 6, their bottom 6. And then the Carolina Hurricanes go out and finally make a trade deadline deal that they've been finally wanting for years. They get Jake Guentzel, a proven elite goal scorer in this league when healthy, because he's currently hurt, but he will be healthy for the Carolina Hurricanes this playoffs in round 1. The Pittsburgh Penguins receive Michael Bunting. I'm not gonna Vasily Ponomarev. I'm not gonna pronounce the Vili name, and Cruz Lucius, a 24 first and a 24 fifth, and those have conditions on them. Jake Guentzel and Ty Smith go to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Pittsburgh Penguins, I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about the Penguins getting quantity prospects over quality. I don't know these guys. I don't know these Hurricane prospects. I knew a couple of names of that prospect that people were throwing out. I knew a couple of those names that the Penguins didn't receive. Maybe those were the quality people were talking about. They also get a 2024 first-round pick, but I'm pretty sure that 2024 first-round pick is only going to be a first-round pick if the Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup. I just got to bring up Cap Friendly on my computer to confirm that. The pick will upgrade to a 2024 first round Carolina if they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Pittsburgh will receive this pick if Carolina wins the 24 Stanley Cup. Pick will upgrade. Okay, so then yeah, Pittsburgh will receive conditions of this. Okay. So yeah, the first, technically it's a second rounder. Yeah, that's why I was confused. It's showing me second rounder. I thought it was a first, but it's saying it'll upgrade to a first. So technically it's a second. So I don't know. I don't understand this trade from the Penguins side in terms of not getting a first rounder also. I understand you guys wanted to get, the quantity prospects over the quality prospects, but Personally, I think I mean, you were going to ask the Rangers for Capo Caco. You were going to ask the Rangers for a first-round pick. You should have been asking Don Waddell and the Carolina Hurricanes for a first-round pick and Morrow, the defenseman. I mean, now I forgot his first name. Unbelievable. So many names flying through my head. But, I mean, you should have been at least asking for a top-tip prospect from them. I'm sure these guys are going to be decent players in the NHL. I'm hoping. If you're the Penguins, you're hoping they're going to be decent NHL players. But the Guentzel, it's just a little underwhelming if I'm Kyle Dubas. If I'm trying to convince Crosby to stay and not request a trade immediately in the next 2 hours. I mean, that's not going to happen. But, I'm trying, if I'm Kyle Dubas, everything in my power to try to convince Sid to stay and fans to stay on board and try to be competitive. They missed the playoffs by a game last year. They lost to the Blackhawks the last day of the season, and the Panthers made the playoffs over them. They barely missed the playoffs last year, and now, I mean, they're kind of still in it. They obviously don't think they are because they sold Guentzel, so I don't know. Just not getting a first-round pick for that from one of your prime assets, and clearly the primest asset you have. Just a little... Oh, it's going to be Pacioretty? Where are you seeing that? Oh, my God. Serious? Pacioretty's a real possibility. Okay. That's from Larry Brooks 1 minute ago, and that's also from Big James in the chat. Oh, my goodness. It might be Pacioretty. We might have breaking here. We may have breaking. Oh, goodness. That's a Brooksy. Yep, Mr. Pina. That's a Brooksy. That's a Brooksy. I'll put that up on the screen really quickly. Brooks doesn't have me blocked on this account, so I can see his tweets. Let's go to screenshots. Boom, 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 boom. What did I do? Okay, so yeah, that's my opinion on the Guentzel trade, obviously. That's my opinion on the Guentzel trade. But guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please leave a like. I would really appreciate that, as always. And if you guys are brand new, subscribe. We have a lot of fun around here. It's fun. It's fun hockey. It's fun hockey. I gotta put up the Larry Brooks. Thank you very much. That's as 110. It's currently 113. I hit the wrong application. Unbelievable. Hopefully that doesn't slow the stream down. Not my video editing software. The stream's good. Stream's going good. Stream's going great. Stream's going really good. Happy talking to the chat again. I miss you guys. I miss you guys a lot. All right, cool. I'm gonna go back on Twitter and just see. And let's just keep refreshing. Man, I don't know, man. Pacioretty. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. What's it for? What's his cap? Damn, the Rangers trading with Washington, too? It was crazy. Like, what? Caps clearly don't care right now. They just traded with someone else I was surprised by, too. All right, Pacioretty. I mean, this could be like Blake Wheeler 2.0, honestly. I don't know, man. He's coming off, like, double ACL surgery. He's not the strongest on his legs anymore. He's currently 35. How much does he make this year? He's played 26 games, 3 goals, 12 assists. Got the one... Wait, where am I in the contract? Hold on. I'm so confused. It's just the 1 year at $2 million. If they get him half, that could be like $1 million. That could be like a low risk. I mean, it depends what the exchange is. Clearly, you can get some retention on that. So we'll see. Unbelievable, though. It's Wheels 2.0. Yeah, Mr. Peanut. We just said the same thing at the same time. Exactly. It could be. You don't want to... Listen. And he's not a Ranger yet. We'll see. Not a Ranger yet. We'll see. Canes fan here. Ponomarov can be a middle six two-way center who plays a really good 200-foot game. He's probably the best prospect out of those three. Okay. He's a two-way center? Okay. I mean, listen. Like I said, headliner in that deal, right? A headliner needs to come back. At least a guaranteed first, right? Or a blue chip prospect, right? For a guy who's won 2 Stanley Cups? I don't know. Got a feeling he's gonna come to New York. We'll see, Bills. We'll see. Alex, what's going on? I have been finding it surprising. Yeah, Yet not surprising, the Rangers haven't done much yet this trade deadline. Yeah, seeing what other pay team for wingers. I get it. But like it's win now, right? Right? Definitely win now for the New York Rangers. Not winning. No, it's win now. I mean, come on, man. You rushed a rebuild 2 years ago. There's no way you're not winning this season. You're holding on the assets. You're trying to win now. You're trying to win now. Kyle, what's going on? Been a bit since I've been in one of your streams. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've had one, man. It's nice to see you. Actually, back to my point just now. It's also important to hold on to assets. I do also understand that. 100%, it's important to hold on to assets, but you have to be conscious with them. All right, you have to be conscious with them because you don't want what happened 5, 7, 8 years ago with the rebuild. Okay, you don't want that to happen again. So I understand holding on the assets, but I also understand selling them off. I get it. I get both sides of the stick, but we'll see. We'll see. The New Jersey Devils traded Tyler Toffoli to the Winnipeg Jets. What a 360 or a 180 for the New Jersey Devils this year from last season. I mean, unbelievable turn. Terrible season. They fired Lindy Ruff the other day, 2 weeks ago at this point now. Oh, the cam is off. I got you. Hopefully. That's good, right? Yeah, I saw the AHL trade. I didn't really cover it. I'm not gonna really talk about it that much, but yeah, the AHL, there was an AHL deal. Turner Elson, who honestly I do remember the Rangers signing. I believe out of college. I don't remember if maybe he was the draft pick. That a guy that the Rangers originally had wanted to play with. I don't remember. Trade history. Let's see. It was Turner Elson. How did they get Turner Elson? Turner Elson was signed by Chris Drury 2 seasons ago. Did they draft him? He was undrafted. So it was like, yeah, that might have been him I'm thinking of. But yeah, he gets traded to the Minnesota Wild for Nicholas Petan, who is a little bit older, I believe. Yeah, 28. Former Winnipeg Jet. He's absolutely playing in the NHL. Yeah, definitely played in the NHL. I remember this guy. But hasn't really been a consistent NHL guy, oof, goodness, for about 7 years now. Since his second year in Winnipeg. So he only had really 2 strong years, but in the NHL. But he'll provide some depth, I'm sure, in Hartford, because the Hartford Wolfpack, I mean, pretty sure they need a lot of guys with the Rangers calling them a lot of them up recently. All right, so many tabs open now. Jeez. Okay. I can't believe Kuznetsov also gets traded. And I understand why he gets traded and passes through waivers, because no one wants to take his full salary. Small Rangers trade? Okay. Well, was it the one I just talked about? Patan one? Might be the Patan one. Pat Maroon also, man, that's a big trade. I gotta find some of these. Let me start up at the let me get the other ones. That's all. I'm mumbling all over my words. I need some water. Okay. We're going to put this up in the corner. Like right here. Right here. That's good. I like that. I like that. Okay. I've got the graphic of... Let's talk about the McDermott trade. Okay, so like I said, Lindy Ruff earlier got fired. Travis Green's taken over. The Devils, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs. It's going to be a long shot, but they added some beef on the back end. Curtis McDermott, I mean, he's played in 2 games this year. Has not done 2 games since he's been traded. Has not done a lot for the Devils. Has taken 1 penalty. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This was a little bit of, I think, in response to Matt Rempe causing some havoc over the last few weeks. And the Rangers play the Devils soon, so I'm sure McDermott will be playing that game because, the Devils now are selling off a couple assets. Brendan Smith, who's a tougher guy, may be gone, so they got some insurance in Curtis McDermott to protect themselves from Matt Rempe in the next couple weeks. Kyle, what's going on? But Alex, what's going on? Trust me, I get that it's a win now, but remember what happened in '94. Yeah, no. Especially that, like that. I get that, especially you don't want to sell off I'm not selling off Lafreniere, obviously, selling off Lafreniere, I guess, for you're not going to do that, obviously. I know what you're saying, though, Alex, but no, I agree with that also. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're definitely not going to do that. The Vegas Golden Knights also acquired Anthony Mantha. You know, we talked about Hanifin's journey there earlier, but let's talk about Anthony Mantha going from the Capitals to the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights get the salary retained in half, so they only pay Mantha a little under $3 million. That helps a lot for them. They're trying to pinch every single penny. We know that. The Washington Capitals get a 2024 second-round pick and a 2026 fourth-round pick. Good deal for the Caps. Great deal for the Knights, I think. Mantha's a great power forward. I'm sure he was on the New York Rangers' radar. A potential right winger for Zibanejad and Kreider. Gone. No. What up, Vegas? Live in New York? What's going on? What up? Robert, what's up? My thoughts on the Rangers getting Wennberg. I talked about it about 20 minutes ago, but I like it for the bottom six. I do like it for the bottom six. Hopefully he does not end up on Zibanejad and Kreider's line. That's like worst case scenario after this deadline. But I do like him for the bottom six. I do think he can provide maybe third line center for the Rangers, maybe fourth line. Depends how they go. Depends how they really run the team in the playoffs. I don't know. Depends what they want on the third and fourth line. Hopefully Rempe's on that wing. You never know. But yeah, Mantha to the Golden Knights I think is a good deal for both teams. Obviously the Caps cash in on a guy they weren't going to resign. Because I'm pretty sure he was a free agent at the end of this year. My thoughts on so that if the Rangers trade for Pacioretty, it will be full salary unless it's a third party. Caps already have 3. Oh crap! That's Jacob. That's a great call. Is that true? They really already have like all their spots retained? Oh wow, Joey Votto's going to the Blue Jays. Oh no, he says non-roster invitee. Okay, good for him. Good for him. Okay, what was I looking up? Oh yeah, I just deleted Cap Friendly. That's why I was confused. I was like, where was I looking? The Capitals. Let's see. They have... How do I look at their retention spots? Wow, that's like such a specific thing to look at. I don't even know what to look at that in Cap Friendly. I'm assuming we're all looking at Cap Friendly, right? Let's see. Additional statistics. Oh, yeah. Additional statistics. Retained salary remaining 0. Okay. So they have 0 spots remaining this year, so you're right. They would have to absolutely get a third party if they want to retain salary, which I do think... I mean, if it's costing not costing you much, I don't see why not. You know, if they get that. Kuzi, Edmondson, and Mantha. Yeah, great asset management by Washington and their management, Brian McClellan. You know, they have a new coach there now, Spencer Carberry. So, new times in Washington. They're still going to try to compete, I'm sure, with Ovechkin, trying to chase that goal record, I'm sure. Okay. Let's now move on to another trade that went down. Vladimir Tarasenko to the Florida Panthers, a former New York Ranger, deadline deal last year. He gets moved again at the deadline this year. He didn't want to go anywhere but the Florida Panthers, and the Panthers and Senators work out a deal. It's a 2024 fourth-round pick that has a condition on it. It upgrades to a third-round pick, but it'll be 2 years later if the Panthers win the Cup this year. And they also receive a 2025 third-round pick. I mean, I guess the Senators got fleeced in a way because, you know, they lost a guy who definitely could have scored some goals for them in the future. But listen, it was going to be Florida or nowhere for Vladimir Tarasenko. They go with the Florida Panthers as their destination for Tarasenko. And it's a good spot for Vladdy. I'm happy for Vladdy. I don't know. I think the Panthers are going to be the team to beat in the East. They're getting tougher, man. They're getting tougher to beat. They got Okposo who listen, I mean, he's not the best, but in a playoff series, man, anything can happen. But, you know, bottom six guys come out of nowhere. And to just have a guy like Okposo and Tarasenko on the on the team, it's just good to have for the Panthers. It just is. It just is. Gage, what's going on? Imagine if the Rangers got Henrique instead of the Oilers. Would have been big. Would have been big. Would have been big. All right, let's see. Let's go on Twitter to see if anything happened. Oh, man. All right. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Still just like the Larry Brooks rumor from like 20 minutes ago. Oh, Laviolette from practice, though, said he wants to keep Rempe and Edstrom playing with after the deadline. We'll try to get the games in here and just keep guys in the lineup, he said. The lineup may change a little bit just to keep guys going. It could be based on the opponent, on who we're playing. Okay. So they still want Redmpe and Edstrom in the lineup going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next hour and a half we see maybe Adam Edstrom in a trade if the Rangers make a move. I mean, this has been a very boring day of deadline moves. This has been really nothing big. The last couple hours, I mean, we had the Toffoli deal confirmed. Yeah, we knew he was kind of moving last night, but it was confirmed that he was going to Winnipeg today, so that's a good deal. We have the Okposo deal. Let's get into some other moves. What else do I have? Oh, Walker to Calgary is good. This trade is hilarious because Ryan Johansson, man, oof. Oh, my bad. Because Ryan Johansson, that stinks, man. That really stinks that you're getting now moved to the Philadelphia Flyers, who are now looking to move you again because, I mean, they're trying to do right by you and not want you to play in the AHL, I'm sure, because he cleared waivers. And they also get a first-round pick for Sean Walker. It's big. But it's a top 10 protected pick for next season. But it's still a first-round pick, man, for Sean Walker, who has had an incredible season for the Flyers this year. And the Avalanche upgrade on defense big. The Avalanche swing big. I like Sean Walker as a defenseman too. He's a good player. Okay, but yeah. So we'll see where Ryan Johansson goes if he goes in the next little bit. Similar situation, I guess, with maybe Kuznetsov. All right, we had a big deal. By the way, all these trades happened on Wednesday. But Bowen Byram and Casey Middlestat get swapped for each other. Bowen Byram scores a goal on his debut as a Sabre. Big trade. Like I said, the Avalanche completely swinging for it. They finally move on from a guy in Bowen Byram who it seemed like they wanted to move on for an asset for a few seasons now. They finally do it. They get a top 6 forward in Casey Middlestat, man. And Casey Middlestat was on my radar, at least for the Rangers, all year. I love the USA kid. And obviously he's a great player, a good center. He'll probably be second-line center for the Avalanche in the playoffs. It's an excellent pickup for the Colorado Avalanche. And then, like I said, Bowen Byram. Look at that defense core in Buffalo, man. I know it's young, but they're very skilled. Hopefully they get some beef around on maybe that bottom 6 in Buffalo, and they can maybe be a playoff team one day. It's hard to believe Florida's become legitimate Stanley Cup contenders, especially considering at one time they were a complete afterthought in the NHL. Yeah, no, I feel good for the Panthers too, and they've been a really good. They're still an afterthought. Because they're the last 3 seasons, man. They've been one of the best teams in the NHL. 2 years ago, President's Trophy. Last year, I know they squeaked into the playoffs, but Stanley Cup final. Like, they're an excellent hockey team. Paul Maurice has that team playing playoff hockey 82 games a year and all the games in the playoffs. Obviously, that team is good, and they're gonna be the ones to beat this year. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Hayden, what's going on? Mr. Peanut. Pagnotta just tweeted, just Pacioretty has been presented with an opportunity to waive his no move. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Okay. Breaking news from Mr. Peanut. Okay. Oh, Pagnotta. Yeah, but Pagnotta's always wrong, isn't he? He's always wrong. I mean, he's probably right, but he's probably wrong in the same sense. You know what? If you know what I'm saying? I think you guys know what I'm saying. Pagnotta's not like the biggest guy for me to really trust. Not the biggest guy. Okay. Let's move on to another trade. Like I said, this is a big one for Colorado. I'm sure Colorado will come up again. They will. All right. Henrique. This is a big one. Henrique. Former New Jersey Devil that burned the New York Rangers in the playoffs a decade ago. It will now play in the playoffs once again. He goes to the Edmonton Oilers, passes through Tampa Bay for some retention. Weaponizing the cap space a little bit there from Tampa Bay. And they get a 4th-round pick in doing so. Anaheim gets a first. It's a clean first, no condition, and a 25, that's in 2024, and a 2025 5th-round pick that does have conditions on it. I can't read. Upgrades to a 4th. Okay, so it'll be a 4th-round pick if Edmonton was a cut. Excellent. Sam Carrick goes to the Oilers as well in that deal. A good defenseman, a depth defenseman for the Oilers. I don't know, maybe like 7th D out there in Edmonton. Like I said, man, you saw the Rangers acquire Ruhwedel. It's important to acquire a couple extra guys during this time of year who you know can maybe play playoff hockey or at least can log minutes in the playoffs. And Sam Carrick is absolutely one of those guys. Buffalo had big expectations this year. Yeah, they couldn't get it all together. They're too young. They're too young. Their head coach is inexperienced. I mean, I know Don Granato's a great hockey mind. But how long has he been coaching in the NHL? Right? Let's see. Buffalo Sabres. Don Granato. Head coach. Yeah. He was in the NHL for 7 months back in the mid-2000s as a assistant coach. He was a assistant again 15 years later with the Blackhawks for a year to almost 2 years. Again, another assistant coach with Buffalo for the 2 years. And, for now, finally a head coach. Like, he doesn't have a lot of head coaching experience. So, again, young all around. Young all around in Buffalo. They need to get a little bit older. They would have been oh my gosh. Can you imagine Peter Laviolette on that coaching staff? If Peter Laviolette was the coach, don't be surprised if Michael Pekka goes and coaches that team. I mean, I don't know. All right. All right. So the Pat Maroon deal is confirmed. I'm gonna actually steal this, if you don't mind, Minnesota Wild. I want to talk about the Pat Maroon deal, because it's big, man. I like this for the Bruins, and I was talking to Marie on the phone, on the way back today to film the stream, and it broke, and I was like, wow, this is huge for the Bruins. They get so much beefier on the bottom six. Like, this is incredible for them. It helps them out so much. So I want to talk about that one right away, actually. So, yeah, Pat Maroon to the Boston Bruins. I got to look up the prospect. I'm not too sure on him for the Boston Bruins. But that trade is confirmed. So let me just bring it up on my other screen here that I can see it. Okay, so that guy on the Bruins is technically still on the Bruins on cap friendly. Let me just bring him up. What's his name? Okay, Luke Toporowski. Okay, so he's now a Minnesota Wild. He is a left winger, has played in the AHL. Wow, got some points in the AHL, so you never know. Could end up being a guy for the Minnesota Wild. He's 22. Yeah, you never know. Massachusetts native, is that correct? Hold on, I just exited out of there. Iowa. Okay, cool. Oilers got Troy Setcher. Yeah, Sam Carrick is a forward. Connor Carrick, maybe I'm thinking of. Am I bugging? That's okay. So 2 forwards they get. All right, Don Granato's coaching staff history's got to go away. All right, so we talked about the Bruins prospect. And they also got a 6th-round pick that's conditional. Not too sure what the conditions are on that, though. Not too sure. Still no update on Pacioretty also at the moment. Jason Zucker's trade also gets confirmed to Nashville. Nashville now swinging for the fences, hey? How funny. Let's bring this up. 2 weeks ago, they were dead in the water. 9-0-1 in their last 10. And boom, they're right back at it, buying. So they buy Jason Zucker for a 6th-round pick. It's a originally Dallas pick. So, listen, this is an absolute lethal move by Barry Trotz. He said prices for forwards were astronomical. He waited, man. He waited for an excellent price for Jason Zucker, who I can fit anywhere in that lineup for Nashville. And I think Nashville, man, if they can get their stuff together, UC Saros gets going. Well, he's had a good season. I shouldn't say that. But if he continues to be their number one, the Nashville Predators could be dangerous. They could possibly make the playoffs. They could possibly be dangerous. Jason Zucker, I love the ad. I don't know about dangerous, but I love the ad. I love the ad for Nashville there. Cheap too. Rangers couldn't get that. I mean, I understand they don't want Zucker. I mean, that's not priority number one, and I hope it's not. Okay. Jake Allen in New Jersey. Huh. Elliot Friedman 6 seconds ago. I sniped that out of the air. He just broke here. Jake Allen to the New Jersey Devils. So the Montreal Canadiens finally move a goaltender. And it's Jake Allen. And he's going to the New Jersey Devils. You know what? I want Sam Montembeault if I'm trading from a goalie from Montreal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm going for their backup. Whatever. So Jake Allen to the Devils. We'll see what the return is. But Jake Allen's going to go to the Devils. That's breaking right here. They get a goalie, and they'll try to make a push with that goalie, I guess. He'll get some starts. Former very good NHL goalie. I think it's too late for the Devils too, Ian. I think it's way too late for the New Jersey Devils. That's way too late, man. Jake Allen too. Like, if you swung for Markstrom here, that would have made sense, and I'm sure they did, and I'm sure, you know, you guys have already heard all that nonsense with Calgary wanting to do right by Markstrom and all that. We have less than an hour and a half left to the deadline, and breaking. I'll do the Kevin Weeks breaking news. Kevin Weeks breaking news. Kevin Weeks breaking news. Jake Allen to the New Jersey Devils. There you go, Weeksy. It is too late for the Devils, though. Maybe they're thinking next year already. Who knows? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I gotta stop exiting out of cap friendly because I'm getting confused now. So Phil Kessel also needs to sign in the next hour and a half if he wants to play playoff hockey. Right? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. All right, let's get into more trades that broke the other day. All right, we got less than an hour and a half. This is going to be insane. Bit surprised Jersey didn't go for Gibson from Anaheim. Him, Saros, overpay for one of these guys. Those NHL goalies don't grow on trees these guys were naming. Gibson, Saros, Markstrom. I mean, these are great NHL goaltenders that, were available absolutely at one point for the Devils. It's crazy how you're not, Fitzgerald. You're pulling the trigger big, man. You got Jack Hughes sitting there wanting to play playoff hockey, running his mouth a little bit. About him, people coming to watch him play, but as he should, and you need to provide him with the assets to compete, man. You need to. Cam Talbot would have been a good option. Yeah, he's a king. He's gonna stay in LA. I think, Robert. I think he'll stay in LA. Talbot. He belongs there a little bit. Kind of like how quick is here. You know, it's funny. They both have the formers. It's funny. All right. Let's see. All right. I am going to now throw up another trade on the screen so we can talk about it. Just want to make sure nothing is breaking. We already talked about Wennberg to the Rangers. Let's talk about Hanifin, the three-way deal with the Flames and Flyers. Yeah, so I'm going to bring this trade up on another screen so I can read it better. I'm going to be smart. Let me post it on the screen, and then I'll read it from here so I can read it better. All right, so Noah Hanifin passes through Philadelphia. Philadelphia gets a 5th-round pick for playing broker in 2024 from Vegas. Vegas betting a lot of 2024 draft picks. Let them. They're allowed to. They get Noah Hanifin, who's playing in the middle of one of his best seasons of his career in a contract year. He gets 50% retained from Calgary so it was just. Oh yeah, no, it was halved and then halved again. So 1.23 for Hanifin. Excellent deal. They also get Mikhail Vorobyov. Okay. I tried. They also get Daniil Miromanov, a 2025 first-round pick, a 2025 third-round pick from Vegas. Great deal by the Calgary Flames. They sell an asset that they were not going to retain, that didn't want to be there, plain and simple. That did not want to be there. I'm sure they went up to all these guys that Calgary are going to, and they didn't want to stay in Calgary. They didn't want to retain, so they traded him. And that's what's going on here. So Noah Hanifin goes to the Vegas Golden Knights. Trade call to come for what, Elliot? You just deleted a tweet. Now I can't see it. Oh, no. It's Jake Allen in New Jersey. Confirmation. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. All right. Okay, so yeah, loading up on defense for the Golden Knights also. They get a very good defenseman, like I said, in the middle of one of the best seasons of his career. Sorry, I got distracted there with the Hanifin deal. But yeah, good trade for the Golden Knights. Good trade for the Golden Knights. Also good trade for the Flames, honestly. They, like I said, they sold an asset that they were not going to retain. Edmondson to the Maple Leafs. They beef up on their decor as well. It's their typical defenseman at the deadline. Although it's not Kyle Dubas pulling the trigger, it's now Brad Treliving for a 2024 third-round pick and a 2025 fifth-round pick. It's a little expensive, a third and a fifth for Joel Edmondson, who most likely will be a seventh defenseman in Toronto. So we'll see. We'll see how this deal shakes up for Toronto. I don't know. Third-round pick for Washington, a guy who's not going to be playing with Ovechkin anytime soon. What is Chris Shirley cooking, Alex? I'm not sure. Getting a third for a guy with an 8.92 save percentage is good. Is that Jake Allen to the Devils for a third? Is it really? Well, I gotta double down on that. Let me double check. Oh, yeah, it's a conditional third. Games played could make it a second? Huh. So if the Devils play him enough, it'll be a second-round pick? Oh, goodness. A second-round pick for Jake Allen. That's how expensive the goalie market is. It can become a second-round pick. Unbelievable. That's a little expensive, huh? That's too expensive. What do you think they were asking Markstrom for? What do you think they were asking Markstrom for? That is expensive. Huh. All right. Doesn't matter. Devils get a goalie that, is other than Nico Daws. Hopefully they can stop the puck. Oh, I just saw a Dennis Gurianov deal. Was that? I think I just refreshed too quickly. I gotta stop spamming the home button on Twitter. That's all I do. Just spam. Okay. All right. Let's move on to another trade that happened over the next couple days, and we'll go back to it. We got less than an hour and 20 minutes. A lot of trade candidates still on the board. Little seat for a guy who's probably going to be a backup. I don't know if the Devils really... I don't know. We'll see. I'm not even going to comment on that again. I don't know. That's steep price for goalies. It's not the Devils' fault. I know, it's obviously the price for goalies right now. It is. It's the price for goalies right now. Okay. Stetcher to the Oilers. I'm sorry. Stetcher was the defenseman they acquired, not Carrick. Stetcher. They got Stetcher, a former Vancouver Canuck, for a fourth-round pick 3 years later. And it'll be a very long time till we see this guy. And they also got a seventh-round pick for this year. I don't know how that works, honestly. But Troy Stetcher, $1.1 million gets added to Edmonton's cap. So it's a great ad, I think, for Edmonton, honestly. I think it's an excellent ad. All right. Moving on. Duhaime to the Avalanche. Brandon Duhaime. I like this guy's game. In exchange for a 2026 third-round pick. Honestly, it's a good price for him. I think the Wild do a good job on getting a good deal for Brandon Duhaime. Brandon Duhaime, he's a good player. He's a good player. Let me bring up his page. Scored his first NHL goal, wacky, I remember. Okay, so he's 26 now. Wow, he's 26 already. Okay, he was drafted 4th round by the Minnesota Wild in 2016. He hasn't really had good NHL seasons. Hasn't really been in the NHL since the last couple of seasons. He's been good this season. 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Provides bottom 6 potential for the Hold on, did I just is the camera good? I want to make sure the camera's good. I don't know if it turned off or not. I think I just took a photo. My bad. But Duhaime, good forward for the Avalanche. Bottom 6. He fits the bill for the Avalanche in the way they like to play that rough and tough style. I do like this ad a lot. Oh, it's Gurianov to Philly for Wade Allison. Okay, wow. All right, a couple of AHL guys, I guess. Gurianov really hasn't been in the NHL, right? And I know Wade Allison definitely hasn't been. All of a sudden, the Rangers chances are dropping. Panthers and Carolina are so much better. Yeah, Mad Greek, absolutely. They both have absolutely improved. The Hurricanes and Panthers more than the Rangers. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so yeah, I like to do Hey Mad. We'll get to the Guriana. We'll get to the stuff that's happening in a little bit. And also trending to the Avalanche. I like this move by both teams. They get a third-round pick and a guy that the Avalanche could possibly use, Jeremy Hansel. Actually, I don't know too much about him. But Yakov Trenin and Graham Swart, his signing rights go to the Avalanche. Yakov Trenin, again, he could possibly provide some bottom six minutes for the Avalanche in the playoffs. You can never go with too many bodies who play that style. I like Trenin's game. Okay. Montreal retains 50% of the Allen contract. Okay. You got it. Let's see if that already broke on caps. Nah. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, good trade for the Predators. It looks like, I don't know, it didn't look like Trenton was going to stay. So they sold him. So they sold him, and they got some stuff out of him. But the Avalanche are trying to get a little beefier on the bottom six. They need to. They need to in the playoffs. Beauvillier goes to the Predators. It's funny, the Predators selling but adding at the same time, trying to stay competitive. They give up a 2024 fifth-round pick. I'm assuming this piece is because... Excuse me. I'm assuming this is because Beauvillier has such a high cap hit in terms of like what he can do. He's got a $4.1 million cap hit. It's pretty high. Hasn't really been that player, definitely up to that number. So I'm assuming why it only costed Nashville a fifth-round pick. It'll be pretty interesting to see what Nashville does post-deadline. I mean, like I said, we got an hour and 12 minutes left. Let's see what they can do. It's funny, Elias Lindholm is still number 11 on the trade bait board after being already traded last month. Well, a few weeks ago now. But yeah, we're almost at an hour. Excellent. All right. How we feeling? All right, if you're a Ranger fan, how are we feeling? Like I said, we have an hour and 10 minutes left. How are you guys feeling about Chris Drury? I'm a little nervous, honestly. I think the New York Rangers need a top six winger. I've been saying this for 3-4 freaking weeks, maybe 3-4 freaking years, man. I'm pissed now. Now I'm pissed because I'm looking at the Florida Panthers roster. I'm looking at the Carolina Hurricanes roster, significantly better. I don't know if the Rangers can compete with them in the playoffs. Simple. I'll tell you right now, with how I'm looking at the top six especially, the Rangers don't have a first-line right winger, man. How do you go to a playoff? How do you go in possibly an Eastern Conference final without a first-line right winger? You just can't do it. You can't do it. You can't. You can't. You got an hour and 10, Drury. I was thinking last night, the whole time I was watching hockey. I was watching hockey all night last night. I've been watching every single game, every single night, all year long. ESPN Plus has been a beast. It's expensive to have it all year round. It is. I will admit, it's expensive. However, worth it. You watch every single game. They got every single game. The ones that aren't on NHL Network, you get them. You get them. NHL on ESPN is unbelievable. And I've been watching every single game. And after last night's game, the whole time, I'm watching the games. Whole time I'm thinking, Chris Drury, please be on the phone offering up more than Don Waddell, please. And trying to snag Guentzel from Carolina, man. And it didn't happen. That's okay. You got to be able to pivot here, Chris. You got to be able to pivot. You have an hour and 10 minutes. I understand the cap is tight. I understand. You have a lot of premium assets. I would much prefer to trade Kakko over Perreault, obviously. I think Gabe Perreault is going to be a superstar in this league. I think he can be lethal for the Rangers. He could be a top six forward. I don't know if you necessarily value Ottman over Kakko at this point. I like Ottman's game. I know a lot of people rather trade. They were willing to trade them as a package, Ottman and Kakko, to Pittsburgh for Guentzel. But at this point, who do you value more? What do you value more, I should say? Do you value the top six? Do you value the bottom six? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen? Because I think your opponent's top six got better. So I don't know what's going to happen. You don't have that much time left, though, Chris. You don't have that much time left. I don't know, man. I personally believe you need a better right winger on the top line to go into the playoffs with. And like I said, if that costs Ottman or Kako, so be it, man. One of them. Your window is to win now, man. Your window is absolutely to win now. Gabe Perreault, absolutely not. Like, there's no way you get rid of Gabe Perreault. When every single media outlet in college hockey is talking about the steal of the draft being Gabe Perreault, you don't move him unless it's for someone incredible. Someone incredible. And right now, there's no one like that. So you hold on to Perreault. You possibly maybe move Ottman or Kako for a right winger, man. You need a right winger. You need a right winger. Which top forwards are still available? I mean, you got Elias Lindholm, who's possibly still on the trade market. I'm looking at the TSN's trade bait board. Let me see. It's like refreshing, so I couldn't really give you them off the top of my head. Duclair got traded. I mean, listen, we have a lot of trades to talk about still. Let me see. We'll talk about the one. Oh, no, I have no more graphics to be made. Okay, so I got to go back on the cap friendly. I have no more graphics. Let me just go to all the trades. Okay, boom. Jakob Trenin. So the Trenin deal. All right, that's the Hanifin move. Duhaime. Okay, Trenin. Okay, boom. Let's do the Duclair deal. Because the Duclair deal is a good one. He goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning, man. The Tampa Bay Lightning acquire an excellent forward, a guy who fits their style. And it wasn't for much, right? What was it for? Okay. Okay, Jack Thompson, a defensive prospect, and a 2024 third-round pick. I believe that's a defensive prospect. Let me check. I don't want to... Okay, $0. He's unsigned right defenseman, 21 years old. Defensive prospect, so the Sharks got a guy who, absolutely they could use within a couple seasons if he develops, and also a 2024 third-round pick. The Tampa Bay Lightning receive Anthony Duclair and a 25 7th-round pick. This is a good deal, I think, for both sides. The Tampa Bay Lightning needed to obviously acquire assets. I mean, they're spending a lot, and they need to. I mean, they're in win-now mode. I'm very worried about the state of the Tampa Bay Lightning over the next couple of seasons in terms of just what they have in the cupboard. You would hear, like just prospects and assets. They haven't drafted in the first round now in a few seasons, or they got, they had the one first round draft pick, for I forgot his name, but I'll get his name. But my point is, you got to be able to hold on to your assets soon, because you may not have a lot. You don't have a lot. Look, you don't have a first round pick this year. You don't have a first round pick next year. You don't have a second round pick this year. You don't have a third round pick this year. You don't have a fourth round pick this year. Lightning don't have a pick in the top 4 this year, and they don't have a first round this year or next year. That's a lot. Who was the first rounder they took recently, man? The young kid who had the style. I liked him. Who was he? Ah, man, what's his name? He had a really cool nickname. You guys know him. I forgot his name. Riley Smith would be nice for Toronto. Buchnevich, Eberle. No, Eberle extended in Seattle, and he's got a full no-move clause. Isaac Howard. Yes. Jacob. Yes. Yes. Jacob. Yes. Thank you for that, Jacob. Isaac Howard. Yes, I love that guy. I'm pretty sure he was a first-round pick. If not a first-round pick, he was like... was he a first-round pick? Now I'm confused. Oh, my God. I'm pretty sure it was a first-round pick. Isaac Howard. He absolutely was. Isaac Howard. 31st overall. Ha! First round. Yes, I love it. Once again with the Rangers, maybe next year. Hey, at least we have the Yankees to look forward to. Listen. It's just the deadline. They still have games to play. Let's not forget that. I mean, listen, we all thought they had an underwhelming-ish deadline in 2022. They came out in the Eastern Conference Finals. I almost went to the finals. Anyway. But yeah, just because you don't get the big names, we know that always never works. Last year's a perfect example. I mean, Ranger fans should know that. Come on. We should know that. Getting the big names doesn't always mean success, but that doesn't always mean you should not have gotten a right winger. They have an hour and 5 minutes. They have an hour and 5 minutes. It's a beautiful day out, and I'm sitting here waiting for Chris Drury to ruin my life. I'm tired of it. All right. That was a good trade. That was a good trade talk. Good talk about Duclair. I like it for the Lightning. If the season ended today, we would play Detroit, which we should get past. At least we would think. I think they beat Detroit in 7. Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely beat Detroit in 7. Hell yeah. Then it will become a challenge. Yeah, no, they're gonna have to go to Carolina and Florida if they win their series, right? You'd think Carolina and Florida would both win a round. You'd think they would win possibly a second, right? So you're gonna have to get to Carolina. You're gonna have to get to Carolina, who right now I think has a maybe better top 6 than you. Maybe. All right. Eric Johnson has been traded to the Philadelphia Flyers? How? Why? What? Good for the Flyers. Good for Eric Johnson. Playing playoff hockey once again. I mean, not for nothing. He does fit a Tortorella bill this late in his career. I'm sure he could block some shots. The return is a 4th. So a 4th round pick for Eric Johnson. I mean, that's a really good trade for Kevin Adams. I wonder if it's this year's. 4th round pick. We all know it takes forever to hear the return. And I don't have a graphic, obviously. But yeah, that's a good trade. Oh, that's funny. Vince Marcagliano tweeted, funny moment in the locker room, chatting with Keandre Miller when the phone started to buzz, and he told him that Chad Ruhwedel got traded. Keandre asked where. And Vince Marcagliano pointed to the locker next to his. That's funny. That's funny. I wonder what Keandre's face was like. I wonder if it was like even keel or if it was a little bit of a surprise look to him. Damn. I also think the Guentzel deal, if it went to the Rangers, would have just made a lot more noises for hockey as well. I mean, I'm looking at Pat McAfee right now. Talk about it with Kevin Weeks on the Pat McAfee show. Looks like it's live. Yeah, 3-8. Yeah, right now. And he said you never hear Sidney Crosby say anything, and what he said tells you everything about the Guentzel deal. It's 100% right. It would have shook hockey, it would have shook hockey even bigger if they went to the Rangers. I think it's still a huge hockey shaker because Sidney Crosby now. I mean, that's a huge quote. He's so right, Kevin Weeks. Jane Guentzel was the #1 piece on the trade board. Yeah, Guentzel. Oh wow, and Kevin Weeks thinks the Penguins could have gotten a juicier return. Put me and Weeks in the booth together. Imagine me and Kevin Weeks in a booth together. We would be money together, man. We would be money. I so agree with that, too. Talked about it earlier. One of the first things we talked about. Christian Ray has an hour and 2 minutes to get a right winger. I really don't want to use the bathroom because I feel like I'm going to miss something in the next 3 minutes. But, that's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen. Never. All right, let's see really quickly. Let me just see what trade I want to talk about next. Then maybe I'll queue a couple up. Okay. Man, not a lot of moves. We talked about the Guentzel deal earlier. Malcolm Subban is going to get maybe some starts in Columbus. Who knows? After Elvis Merzlikins maybe gets traded because I think that may be what's going on here. It looks like Merzlikins maybe get moved out of Columbus, and they need a goalie. Merzlikins may not get moved for a goalie who's ready right away, so Malcolm Subban may come in and provide a professional roster spot in that deal, and nobody got sent to St. Louis in that deal, so future considerations to the Blues. And then, all right, so I'll queue up the Kuznetsov deal. Because that's a fun one we can talk about. Oh, I went to his Twitter profile by accident. Kuznetsov. Yeah, huge deal, I think, to trade for him rather than get him off waivers because you save money on him, right? You're able to get retention on him. Okay. Hour left. Officially 2 o'clock. Bruins got Andrew Peeke? Really? From Seattle, right? Is that Andrew Peeke's from Seattle, right? Let me see. Let me just double check on that. Let me just make sure it's this defenseman, right? Peeke. Nope. Not anymore, I guess. Hold on. Where's he from? Am I bugging? Let me see. Let me just make sure it's this defenseman, right? Peeke. Nope. Not anymore, I guess. Hold on. Where's he from? Am I bugging? Peeke. Nope. Not anymore, I guess. Hold on. Where's he from? Am I bugging? Did the trade already get pushed through? He must be on. He must not be a Seattle anymore. I'm bugging. Where's he from? Florida? Oh, he's from Columbus. Okay. Bugging. Defenseman, right? Okay. Right-handed defenseman, 25 years old. 3 more seasons. Wow. Oh my gosh. How did the Bruins do this? Okay, so am I thinking of a different peak? Maybe I'm not even thinking of a peak. Thinking of the wrong guy. All right. So, Al spends all of his seasons in Columbus since 1920. He's been an original draft pick from them. What's the return? It might be a good return. It's going to be a really good return, I think, right? It's going to be an excellent return. I think this is going to hold a big return for the Blue Jackets for Andrew Peak. Next time I go to a Ranger game, I don't know. I don't know when the next time I'll go to a Ranger game is. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see soon, hopefully. Rather have Tom Wilson than Pacioretty. I don't think they're going to trade Wilson. Probably getting a mid-rounder pick and something on top. Well, yeah, I just think it'll be like a bigger haul-ish because of the term, his age. That's about much. That's about it. You're going to Rangers Islanders April 9th in UBS. That's going to be a sick game, Zach. That'll be awesome. That'll be really cool. Hope you have a lot of fun. Have yet to be at UBS Arena for a Ranger game. A Ranger Islander game. I went to Islanders Flyers last year. Okay, 2025 draft pick, 40 games played is the trigger. Depending on games played for Allen in New Jersey. Okay. All right. Devils get a guy who hopefully can stop pucks. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. All right, less than an hour away. I'm going to use the bathroom, 100%. All right, I'm going to take a break here. And then we're going to come back and talk about a couple of the trades that have been going down. Evgeny Kuznetsov, absolutely. We're going to be talking about that. I'm going to plop that up on the screen. What was the package? I can't find the package. There it is. All right. And I'll leave you guys with some music as well. We're going to talk about this trade next. I'm going to turn off my camera. Okay, I'm going to put this up a little bit more as well because this is the last thing that we heard. Still. All right, I'll be right back. All right, my thoughts on the Rubido trade. Listen, it's a depth defenseman that the Rangers could possibly use in the playoffs. I hope they don't have to, honestly. But he's a good defenseman. He is. He's like a decent defenseman. I don't think he's great. He's a good defenseman. Like I said, hopefully they don't have to use him. Let's talk about the Kuzi trade. We have less than an hour left of the trade deadline. The Kuzi trade now, he gets traded because you're able to retain some salary on him. He goes to the Capitals. He goes from the Capitals to the Hurricanes. I don't think it's that big of a threat as we think, but listen, if he can be the Kuznetsov that he was in the playoffs for the Capitals, for the Hurricanes, whoever plays the Hurricanes in the playoffs is going to have a challenge. And I think Kuznetsov could possibly, if in a lesser role on the maybe bottom six, I don't think he's playing top six. No way. But, he'll play, he'll play in the bottom six if needed. The Carolina Hurricanes do not have an AHL affiliate. Therefore, if they don't use him in the NHL, they're going to have to probably just leave him in Hershey, which is weird because they just left. I think Pittsburgh left someone. Had to leave someone in their organization because Carolina didn't have an affiliate. So, yes. But that's a good trade, and then you retain some salary on him. You were able to get him cheaper, and that's the only way he gets moved there. Half of him is 2.75 in the AHL. But I guess because maybe he got his salary got retained on an AHL contract. Does that make sense? Is that why it looks weird in cap friendly or on the trade board? 3.9 million retains. That's his half. Okay. So how much was he making, Kuzi? How much was Kuznetsov making? 7.8. Huh. So his total okay. 7.8 against the cap. So technically, Hurricanes only pay him 2.7. Okay. It's a good deal for them. Good deal for them. Good deal for them. All right. This is insane. How have the New York Rangers not made a trade yet? We have less than 50 minutes almost, man. It's 2:08. I'm getting a little nervous. There is no shot you can go in now. No. Wow, I can't believe I'm getting this worked up. This is insane. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. I don't know why I'm getting so worked up. You know why? Because they're not going to win. If you don't get a right winger, I'm sorry. All right, we're done with the Kuzi trade. Columbus traded Jacob Zaboral. Okay. Where? Columbus is obviously moving. Hi, let's go Rangers. Hey, Cloud, what up? Yeah, yes, Bowen Byram. Oh, I had to turn the music off. My bad. Bowen Byram, yeah, huge. I mean, and then he gets a goal in his debut. Can I mute this thing? How do I mute it? Thank you. Huge goal in the debut too. I mean, that's a great trade. That's a great trade. That's awesome. Ottawa claims Boris Kachuk. Bjorn for a claim by Florida. Great. Can you get into the trades? I don't really care about the waivers. Don't really care about the waivers. Less than an hour left here. You got 51 minutes left, and I'm panicking. Oh, he got traded to Boston in the Peak deal? I'll wait for cap friendly because this is... I see the Eric Johnson deal for a 4th round pick. Not going to really dive into that. Like I said, it's just the Flyers acquiring a defenseman who can absolutely play that system, I think, this late in this guy's career. Wade Allison. Okay, yeah. Man, I don't know. I don't know if there's really a forward out there right now. Unless you not overpay, but unless you just go out and get a guy who's going to cost something. Like, you got to be able to willing to spend if you're going to want to get something. Like, I understand. Oh, man, if there's a guarantee, like, would you rather have a 75% chance of Zibanejad and Kreider working in the playoffs or a 25% chance? Like, if it costs Cabo Kako for you to have a 75% chance better of Zibanejad and Kreider working in the playoffs, then sell Kako, man, because this makes no sense. You don't go into thinking a playoff year into a playoffs, going into it thinking that you can compete with maybe a first line. Maybe a first line. You can't. You can't. And Vetrano's not coming here because Pat Verbeek's going to do the same thing he did with Adam Henrique. He's going to ask for everything. If you don't give me it, I'm going to hold on to him until he's worth probably just as much the next year. Like, it's fine. He's not going to come here. There's no way. I don't understand. Like, I understand not overpaying on that. I understand not overpaying on that. Nobody for the Rangers yet. Is Boone Jenner available? He absolutely is available, but I'm sure he will cost some more assets. But, like, I don't, like, oh, man. Boone Jenner's a guy who can he play first line right wing with Zibanejad and Kreider? Like, that's not a guarantee. Like, that I don't think is a guarantee, right? That, you know what I'm saying? Trade for Bucci? Bucci is a guarantee. Who said that? Benny. Benny said that. Yeah, Bucci is a guarantee. Pavel Buchnevich has proven 5-on-5 success with Zibanejad and Kreider. I understand it was under a different system, but damn, he's still a good 5-on-5 forward, right? And that's what the Rangers are lacking on the first line. Damn. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous because if he doesn't make a move, I like Florida and Carolina's top 6 a lot more than the Rangers, man. It's beefier. I like their bottom 6 a little bit. All right, I can't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. I'm not a hater. I love the team to death. I'm not a hater. Honestly, I still love this team. I still think they can win the Stanley Cup, obviously. I still obviously think they can win a Stanley Cup. But they need to make a move. They need to trade for a top 6 forward. Because your second overall pick's not it. Yet. Okay, I'm refreshing Twitter way too much because this is the same stuff I'm seeing. All right, let me check the chat. Jury hates Booch. Yeah, there's no way he's going to redeem himself for that, huh? Just making jokes about the Sabre shot to keep him crying about him. Yeah, I've talked about them a little earlier. They're too young. Their coach is, like, not experienced enough. Imagine they had Laviolette behind the bench. I think they'd be a better team with a more experienced coach. And I think they're going to hopefully add that experience throughout the offseason. And, you know, their younger guys will get older, obviously. The boot trade was one of the worst trades the Rangers have made in the past few years. Yeah. Does Jury not understand we need one more player? No matter what the cost, I think we need to risk it. We are running out of time with the current team. We always have a great team missing something. Yeah, I agree with that second point you just made. Always have a great team missing something. I kind of agree there. And yeah, no, this guy Chris Sherry's got 47 minutes to make everyone's day. No, I said it earlier. And highest of times, Kane's looking deadly. I said it earlier. Canes and Predators look excellent. How do I feel about the Yankees this year? Oh, I'm excited for the Yankees this year. I really am. Juan Soto, I'm so happy he's a Yankee. I'm very excited for the New York Yankees and a lot of Yankee stuff coming out this year. I know I've said that in the past. But I'm giving you my Mark Messier Game 7 guarantee. A lot of Yankee stuff this year. Excuse me. All right. That was probably unpleasant to hear. I apologize for that. All right. Kano could have been a great pair with Mika and Kreider. Anybody who they've tried and had a little bit of success with could have just stayed, man. Just kept one of them. Like, I know Tarasenko and Kane weren't the greatest options, but you bought on them, right? You bought them. You sold assets to get them. Like, I don't know. I think Sidney Crosby's going to the Rangers. That's my opinion. I think that's what we're all waiting for here. I think there's a bigger thing here. Oh, no. I got to put on something else. I guess 2 o'clock ESPN's got something different. The point trade deadline special. Let's go. I'm going to put this volume a little higher so I can hear this one. Because they'll be pretty accurate. I'm pretty sure Emily Kaplan. Yeah, Bucci Girls. I have the volume up a little bit. Very nice. Excellent. All right. It's my favorite day of the year, honestly. Trade deadline day. One of my favorite days of the year, at least. But yeah, Jordan Eberle extended 2 years in Seattle, 4.75 AAV, full no move clause, so he's not going to be traded. He will not be traded. Adam, I love this team no matter what, but I don't think we can compete with the Canes in the playoffs. I don't know. The Canes, I still feel like they have more issues, but the Florida Panthers, man, they're going to be very tough to get through. Anybody. I know. I want to get over the deadline. I think the Rangers used as leverage, and they played Drury like a drum. I couldn't see Penguins giving a shake. But like Dubas didn't even get like that great of a deal if he was like leveraging Drury. You know what I mean? If he was gonna leverage Drury, then he should have gotten something bigger. Think Lance screwed the Rangers last year, or is Laviolette just a better coach? That's a good question. It's a good question. I think last year, man, it was just like a lot. I think if you look back on it now, I do think this team is completely different under Peter Laviolette, though. So maybe yeah. How's that look? Am I good? All right, sorry, we're good. Kakko isn't the good. Listen, Kaapo Kakko's just not a top line forward right now. He's just not, and that's what the Rangers need. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Okay, so about an hour ago, we heard that Max Pacioretty was waiving, or not waiving, was an option possibly to Larry Brooks, as you see on the screen. Possible option. Callahan's talking about his departure from the Rangers with Jay Guentzel on ESPN. On ESPN too. Wow. Oh, man, this is going to be a tough next 45 minutes here. It'll be a tough next 45 minutes here. I do like the Ruhwedel acquisition compared to the other depth defensemen I've seen going around, I guess. I do like Ruhwedel compared to some of them. Gotta get Duclair. No. Oh, we could have gotten Duclair for a bag of peanuts. Yeah. We win nothing until we start scoring 5-on-5. Mike, if Drury doesn't make a move and the Rangers are an early out, do you think Drury's the hot seat? Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Even if the Rangers are out early, I think Drury will be on the hot seat. Again, I think changes. Oh, my God. Knock on wood. I hate talking about the future until we're there, but yeah. Like, yeah, if Drury does not make a move and the Rangers are out of round one, yeah, there will be a problem. Yeah. It is a Hank. It is. It is a, it's the Lundqvist banner. Lundqvist banner. Trades in. No, I know. And it'll be after 3 o'clock, I'm sure, too. We'll have some trades filing in. I know that. It's just the, I don't know what the hesitation really is, you know? Oh, the Rangers sent down Rempe and Edstrom. Okay. So they're eligible to play for the Wolfpack in the playoffs and in some of their games in the regular season. So they're eligible. So I guess if you're not down there, you can't play for the playoffs. Wow. So Johnny Brzezinski can't? That really stinks. Johnny Brzezinski's the captain of that Wolfpack team. I understand. All right, but so paper transaction, I guess, right? So I guess I'll be back up after the deadline. I'm assuming at least one of them will be. I'm hoping it's Rempe. We'll see. We'll see. We have about 42 minutes. 42 minutes. I think you'll see Rempe back. You'll see Rempe back. What now? Rangers eliminated, Drury fires. No. Peter Laviolette's a great coach. See, like, that's the thing. I don't know. See, then there would be, like, so many questions. Like, then what do you do? You're so right, because then, like, who do you blame? Would I be happy if we got Pacioretty? Adam, do you think Max Pacioretty can be an effective first-line right winger next to Mika Zibanejad and Chris Kreider in a Stanley Cup playoff series against the Carolina Hurricanes or Florida Panthers? That's my question. If you say yeah, then yeah, Pacioretty's a good deal. But if you say no, which I think I kind of want to say, I don't think he can. I don't think he's the greatest. I don't think he's the option. He's not the number one guy that you get to compete against these teams in the playoffs. And in my eyes, man, you kind of, I mean, as the deadline, you know, the deadline's kind of around a time for a reason. You play 20 games-ish with the post-deadline team, but you played like 60 games earlier, right? So you kind of know what your team needs against other teams. You've played against other teams within your division, teams that you may go up against in the playoffs. What do you need against Carolina? What do you need against Florida? Do you need to score some goals against Florida? You definitely need to get to the middle of the ice against Florida. Does Max Pacioretty help you get to the middle of the ice against the Florida Panthers? With the New York Rangers, I don't know. They're not a rush team. It'll be really hard in the neutral zone against Florida. We'll see, man. We'll see. They need a top line right winger. I don't know. I don't know if it's Pacioretty. It's all right. So, oh my God, Emily Kaplan said the Rangers are unlikely to get Vertrano. I said that earlier too. It's just he's gonna hold on to him. He's gonna hold on to him just like he did Henrique. Just like he did Henrique. Just like he did Adam Henrique. I don't get it, man. Do the teams have a high price for the Rangers? I don't get it. Like, why? What do the Rangers do? I don't get it, man. These teams need to lower their prices. Give me a break. Is that it? Like, the Rangers have assets, I get it, man, but they have a lot of other good assets. They have a lot of other good assets, man, that other teams could be asking for. I'm sure they're not pinching all of them. They're not pinching all of them. Oh, my Lord. Like, even Winnipeg upgraded right wing, man. Come on, they got Toffoli. Oh my gosh. It's just every team's upgraded their forward core except for you. And I don't count Wennberg as a forward, that I'm talking about. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So unlikely for Vertrano, unlikely for Booch. I don't know if they're unlikely for Booch. I think they're unlikely for Vertrano because of the extra year, and Verbeek likes to do that and ask for higher price. I just don't know if I don't know if the Rangers are gonna do Buchnevich. I don't know. I don't know personally. I don't know. I don't know if that's unlikely or not. I don't know. I just don't think they're gonna get Vertrano. I'll definitely say that. Clip it. Hopefully they get him. Oh damn, if they get him, that'd be awesome. Jacob, on ESPN said the point the Bruins thought they had something with Linus Ullmark, so there was a deal and essentially mixed in large part based on geography. Jacob, what does that even mean? So Ullmark possibly might have been traded for a second, and then who nixed it? What happened? Kuznetsov was with the Hurricanes at practice today, so he's gonna be a Hurricane, so he'll be fine. Okay, back to the chat. What time is the most likely trade that helped? What is the most likely trade that helps them? A forward, a top 6 right wing, someone who can play on the right side, someone who can be a right winger in the NHL, on the top 6. That's my need. Top 6 right winger, whether it's a right-handed shot or a left-handed shot, preferably probably a lefty for Zibanejad and Kreider. They always seem to gel better with a lefty. Do it. Do it. Do it. We assume former players, GMs, are good negotiators. The Rangers need to hire a Davy businessman? Okay. I don't think GMs have it either. Ullmark was going to be traded but didn't want to go to where they were trading him. I respect that. Dank. Mark Agliano on Twitter said it's unlikely. That's all I know personally. I'd like to pay premium for Frankie V. Premium for Frankie V. I respect that. I just don't know if I would at this moment. I like he's like the one guy I would be hesitant on. I like Buchnevich. Just don't know if the Rangers would get him. I think there are other right wingers out there that we don't know of that are available to possibly play with them. But if Frankie V happens, I won't be upset. Like, if they get him and it's at a low price than we all think, then, like, that'd be great. I just don't want them to overpay for Toronto, man. Overpaying for a guy who's really producing at a high rate because of where he's playing, I think, in the top 6 in, Anaheim. He's not getting the greatest competition, I'm sure. Like, teams aren't taking him the strongest, but he's a great scorer, man, and he's proven it to be with Zibanejad and Kreider. So, go get him. Go get him. That's fine. Go get him. But just, I don't know if you really want to overpay for him. Just don't. What if he doesn't work out? Like, I think there's other guys that you can maybe overpay for and definitely work out. You know, getting back to my 75% guarantee of Zibanejad and Kreider working out versus the 25% chance. Oh, I want to take the 75%. Buy. Buy. Fucking buy, man. Panarin's been amazing this year. Ben, you can't throw the season from Panarin away, right? Absolutely not. Isn't it bizarre that the Metro is the weakest it's been in years? Yes, they had the Devils waited all the year to address the goalie issue. Yeah, and then then got the wrong guy. I said they should have gotten Montembeault. How do you give up on a core like that? I agree, man. I agree. They dropped the ball there, and Fitzgerald just got an extension there too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. They're gonna be stuck with him for a couple years making those decisions. Not good. Not good. Okay, that was a break. The problem with Vetrano is that 5v5 stats are pretty much the same as Kakko's. That's what I mean. Like I said, I'd rather take the 75% chance, go out and get a winger who's proven. But if you go get Vetrano, I won't be upset. You know, I'll say it again. You know, why can't we get lucky getting a first round pick like New Jersey and Chicago? Like, you mean the skill wise? Eddie, I hope they trade for a right winger, man. I hope they're gonna make a trade for a right winger within the next hour. He's got 34 minutes. It's under 40 minutes. It's under 40 minutes already. Unbelievable. Matt Zuccarello. What? Imagine? Oh my god, I would freak out. Okay. All right. Eric Johnson of the Flyers. Yeah, we already told about these. Yeah, not much has happened really since. It's a Foley to the Winnipeg Jets. I liked that for the Jets. I love that for the Jets, actually. They addressed their top 6, like I said earlier. And that's all that's been going on. That's literally all that's happened. We talked about the Rubido trade. The Rangers made the Nick Patan and Turner Nelson deal. And that's it. That's all that's happened. That's all that's happened. Nashville getting Jason Zucker, I like. I mentioned that earlier. Who's the Rangers right wing now? Right now, I mean, look at the top of the screen. I got the top of the screen highlighted. This is what they've been running at practice. This is what they've been running the last couple games, at least the top 6. Kreider, Zibanejad, Kakko, Panarin, Trocheck, and Lafreniere. That is the top 6. The 5v5 stats with Kreider, Zibanejad, Kakko. The advanced analytics, I mean, they're getting some expected goals for. They're not really generating a lot. They're generating a little. Not generating a lot, but Kakko's a good player, man, but he's just not a first-line right winger right now. So I really do think the need for the New York Rangers within the next 32 minutes is to address a top-line right winger. I know you did that last year, but I do think you have the assets to do it again this year. You absolutely do. Zook is not available. He just signed. I mean, he would waive. I saw that he would waive. Personally. I talked to him earlier. Nah, obviously not. Him and I are boys. Not in real life, at least. But yeah, no. I think he would waive. Wouldn't he waive? Why wouldn't he waive to be a New York Ranger? Come on. Do I think the Rangers should have gotten Caulfield instead of Kakko? Oh, man, but they weren't going to go jump the board at 2 to take Caulfield. I loved Caulfield, though. Yeah, I definitely wish the Rangers have him. He's a first-line right winger. He's a first-line winger. Plain and simple. But yeah, Zook will come back if I ask them, honestly. Rangers lineup has really not changed. It hasn't. It hasn't. You added a bottom 6 guy who, yeah, could probably win you some face-offs maybe on the bottom 6 in some playoffs. That's about it. Like, that's about it. You know, like, I really hope that guy doesn't end up on the top 6. I'm sure he's a great player, Wennberg. He is a good player. He's not a top 6 right winger. Come on. $2:30. You know, we always got to stay, you know, in pat within the next half hour also. Oh, my God. Is he not going to make a move? I'm sitting here waiting for him to make a move, and he's not going to make a move. That's sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. I got to make a thumbnail. I'm changing the thumbnail to like a funny one. I'm going to make like a Chris Drury one. See if I can do it really quickly. 2024 trade deadline. That's fine. But yeah, like, what's going on? I mean, like I said, man, I don't think the Rangers can do it without a top line right winger. I mean, they couldn't even get past Jersey with two of them, essentially, in Kane and Tarasenko. I mean, I understand different scenarios, but, like, damn, man. Unbelievable. All right. We have done nothing to improve the team. CBY is concerning us Wings fans. How has Bro not made a move yet? I saw that the Red Wings might be making a move for a veteran forward. Hopefully it's Barclay Goodrow from the Rangers. That would be nice, right? But yeah, no, I did see that the Red Wings are trying to get a veteran forward. People are upset that the Rangers aren't doing anything impactful, but those are the same people that don't want to give picks or trade away. Listen, the only guy I said don't touch is Perreault. Everyone else is fair game. You want to trade Amon? That's fine. Go get a top line right winger. Do not trade Gabe Perreault. That's who I want to pinch. I'll pinch one guy. Can I pinch one guy? I mean, can I pinch one guy? I want to pinch Perreault because he's gonna be very good. Let me keep Perreault. Trade Amon if you need, and to get a guy who can win you freaking games in the playoffs with Zibanejad and Kreider. You want to trade Amon? That's fine. Sakura, I really love that kid. I think he could be a good bottom six guy in the NHL. If you need to flip him for a top six guy now, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You gotta be able to buy, man. You gotta get some guys. Gotta get a guy. Okay, so it's Zaboral and a third for Pete. It's a good trade. I like Zaboral going to the Columbus Blue Jackets for them. If Rempe scored 20 goals next year, I would freak out. Forget about 40. This is going to happen with 5 minutes left. Mr. Peanut, I hope. Mr. Peanut, I hope it happens with 5 minutes left. What would you do if Matt? Oh, yeah, I read that. What am I doing? Loki, I think Colorado won the deadline so far. They've added a lot, I think. They've added a lot. Got more talent, bigger, stronger. Yep, they're going to be a problem. Absolutely. And they're going to be more rested than they were last year because of the early exit. Weeksy thinks the Golden Knights are cooking up something. Of course they are. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? They have a million things. They have a million assets. His dad is not Peter Sakura. I don't think he is. He's not. No. Bad thing is we are running out of time with our core players. I mean, listen. I don't know about running out of time. Zibanejad's got like 7 years left. So, and Panarin's, clearly still in his prime, right? Knock on wood, stays in his prime for a while. Don't see him slowing down anytime soon with the way the game is growing, and you know what I'm saying? All right. Eye emoji with the Weeksy. Okay, I saw that. I saw it with the Golden Knights. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, I have a really funny thumbnail here. I'm gonna post it on obviously the YouTube channel. Duh. Just refresh later, if you guys want. It's funny. It's like it's gonna relate a little more to the Ranger one, to the Rangers fans. Cause now we're gonna gear into that, obviously. We're gonna gear into that. Boom. All right. There are also heavy rumors about Landeskog coming back for the playoffs. Yeah, and imagine like a healthy Landeskog, because I'm sure he'll be healthy. I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, man. That guy's gotten some injuries, but I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Panthers receiving A+, Carolina A+, Rangers F-. Absolutely agree there so far, Greek. Absolutely. Ian, what's going on? Yeah. Ben, if the Rangers, Madison Square Garden in an open stadium, we go 16-0 in the playoffs. If they made it an open stadium. Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. They would win every home game. All right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't give the Rangers an F minus. Well, technically, if they don't get a right winger, I don't think they would. Yeah, so then technically I would give them an F minus. All right. Aside from that, I do like the Wennberg acquisition. I do. Ruido can provide some depth, just like Justin Braun did 2 years ago. I think he provided more depth, Braun, 2 years ago than Mikkola did last year. I do think he could be a Braun-like guy. Whoever he plays for, if healthy, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. We got some time. We got, oh my God, 24 minutes. We don't have time. We have 24 minutes. Who's the big fish left? Oh my God, who's the big fish left? Ovechkin, go get him. Right, he can play right wing again, right? Columbus added a 27 third round pick in the peak deal. Good. Oh, if it took a second round pick to give it to Nemeth, imagine how oh my God, how much we would have to give to get rid of Goudreau. Oh, who said that? Ben, bro. That's so true. Brooksy's saying that the no trade is better than bad one right now. We might be cooked. Oh no. No. Did he say that really? On my phone and look at this. Hold on. Probably pop up better on this. Oh my God, Matt Dumba to Tampa Bay. So they pivot from Noah Hanifin and turn to the Coyote. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Dumba to Tampa Bay. Oof. Matt Dumba to Tampa Bay. Wow. Confirmed. Here. First. Confirmed. Don't know. Obviously, I don't know what the return is. What do I look like, an insider? Chris, you gotta make a move. You got 22 minutes left, Chris. Come on, Chris. Florida claim Bjornfoot now, too. They're so deep. They are. Until they're properly coached on how to defend. Ooh, big words. It really does not matter who they trade for. This team does not commit to playing the defense required to win a Stanley Cup. I disagree. I think the New York Rangers have done a very good job and have shown at points in the season that they can win tight games, like against really good teams. I mean, they've won games 1-0, 2-1. Look, remember the Boston game in Boston? They won 2-1 in overtime. They climbed back against them. That was a very good hockey game. Don't tell me that they can't win. I think this team is absolutely capable of clamping down defensively. I think they absolutely are. When they can, they absolutely can. They've done it, man. They've been able to win games 2-1, 1-0 this year. They need to be able to do it in the playoffs, I agree. But it's possible. I do think they've shown signs of it. This makes Tampa better, the Dumba deal. Absolutely does. Absolutely makes Tampa better. Zach Jones for Connor McDavid, I wish. Rangers are first place in the Metro. They are. Drury's golfing. I really hope not, man. Matt Greek, the Yankees spring training games. I think they need a scoring. Well, why is that there? From more players. Okay. You think they need scoring from more players? I think they can't get that from those guys. So I think they need to pivot. That's my personal opinion. All right, so the Gurionov deal is confirmed. He goes to Philadelphia from Nashville. It's cool. Come on. Getting nervous. He's not doing anything, right? He's not going to do anything. Oh, my God. 20 minutes left in the season. Greek. 20 minutes left in the season? Hey, they got 20 games left. Listen, what if they make no trade for a top line right winger and go like, oh my God, what if they go like 9-8? 9, like... No, what if they go, like, 8, 8, and 4? 8, 8, and 4. They get 20 points. What are they at? 100 points, even. 8-104. Maybe win the division. You maybe win the division over Carolina. And that's if you don't get a top line right winger. If you get a top line winger, I think they go 16 and 4. 16-2 and no, 16 and 4. They don't lose a single game in overtime. Because that guy that they get scores the overtime goals. That's what's happening. I'm gonna let you know, Robert. Nothing happening right now in Rangers land. Nothing right now happening in Rangers land. I'll give you right now update. Up to the second. I got 2 phones. I got the computer. I got 1 phone. I got the computer. Nothing. Jury's like this right now. Like that. He's doing that. He's doing nothing. Well, Winnipeg stacks up. Like, oh man. Oh man, like Tampa's like selling asset. Like I don't understand. Tampa won the 2 cups, right? Tampa Bay won the 2 Stanley Cups. Don't you think that they would be holding on to some of their assets? No, they're going for it. They're still going for it because they have a core who's getting a little bit older. The Rangers aren't having an old core, but shit, your time is to win now, man. You're first in your division. I don't know why you don't think you need a top line right winger. I hope this doesn't come back to bite me though. That'd be tough. It's tough. If they don't trade, yeah, Zibanejad needs to be better. Plain and simple. Whether they get a right winger or not, Zibanejad needs to be better. Come on, man. He's 1 even strength goal since Christmas. What? Stop it. Stop. He needs to be 100% better, no matter who they get. I could be on the right winger. He needs to be better. Come on. Thoughts on the Devils and Toffoli? I mean, they decided to get a goalie right after that deal, which confused me a little bit because I thought the move was to get Markstrom, Soros, or at least Gibson, man. Go out really swinging a goalie. You just paid almost a second round pick for Jake Allen, whatever, the lesser goalie in Montreal. The Toffoli deal, I love. You got rid of a guy who I think they were definitely not going to be signing. Got some assets for him. Toffoli was a great Devil too. It just sucks what the Devils have done this season and not really been able to, buy at the deadline. They're selling a little bit, but then they had a goalie, which confused me a little bit. So I don't know. Not sure. '21, '22 playoffs, the manager hit different until Game 3 of the conference finals. At least the Rangers aren't selling, right? I mean, I guess we could always be happy about that. Man, I don't know. Top 6 right wing. Top 6 right wing. Top 6 right wing. 16 minutes now, Dank. 16. Nashville's done well. I think they're going to upset someone in the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, they're making a push. Yeah, we'll see. I like what they've done, too. Ben, imagine they tank for Celebrini. Yeah. See how good he develops. Nah, Lafreniere's been really good. I shouldn't even say that. Lafreniere's been a savior this year. Cali. Always doing it the right way, Cali. What team do you think Allmark blocked the trade to? He was... Oh, that is a great question. Do I think he blocked it to Edmonton? Or New Jersey? That's possible. I think Jersey definitely could have offered something. Not too sure if... Edmonton's a good one. Do you think he maybe didn't want to go to Edmonton? The uncertainty. the possibility of facing the Bruins, I don't know. I think he just is comfortable there, and he just has the flexibility to just be like, yeah, I don't want to go there. My Stanley Cup Finals pick so far, the Panthers. The Panthers. I like the Panthers. Would have loved Tommy Novak, yeah, but then they extended him. Yeah, no, they did a good job extending him. I like Tommy Novak too. Looks like we're gonna go into the summer. East is a bloodbath, and the playoffs just gonna come down to how hard we play and how much we want it. No, I do agree there. It does come down to the games you play at the end of the day. I do agree there. Top line fixed, make the second line the first line. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is at this point. That's what it is at this point. The second line is like, you know, Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere is basically the first line. I know over here it says the first line, but you gotta respect the number one center is Zibanejad as of right now, even though he might not be the number one center. Nah. Crazy that Jury has known about a winger problem for a long time is not. Are we gonna do anything or just sitting back? I guess they're just sitting back as of right now. I think we gotta do something too. We good? Are we good? I froze? Oh, shoot. I think I'm good, right? Yeah. I think I'm good. Hello. Hopefully. Whoa. I think we're good. Okay. I saw like a little lag there. I was like, okay. I think we're good. Beautiful day outside. Penguins trade Weber to Florida for Hellberg. Magnus Hellberg? Sources say Max Pacioretty staying in Washington. From Frank Saravelli, 43 seconds ago. So the New York Rangers are not getting Max Pacioretty. Max Pacioretty is, in fact, not even getting traded, which is a move by Washington that was made. They've traded a lot of their assets already. You know, they still want to maybe keep someone and make someone happy. So, you know, whatever. All right. So that was 1 hour and 48 minutes ago. We had a right winger possibility, and now all of a sudden it's looking like no right winger at all is coming to the New York Rangers with 11 minutes left to the deadline. It looks like, I mean, right now, it looks like no right winger will be added for the New York Rangers. Max Pacioretty will not be a Ranger. Andrew Peak to the Boston Bruins in exchange for Jacob Zaboral and a 2027 third-round pick. Hey, that was a good deal. That was a good trade. A third-round pick. Yeah, that was a good deal. That's a great deal for the Blue Jackets. A 27 third and Jacob Zaboral, hell yeah, that's a good deal. That absolutely is a good deal. Zaboral, I'm sure, can maybe be an NHLer again at some point. Hopefully for them. But that's a good deal for them. That is a good deal. Roslovic? Wait, they got Roslovic. All right, hold on. They just traded for Jack Roslovic. Okay. Oh, man. All right, that's not like a guarantee of the top 6, but it's Jack Roslovic, a guy who I also wanted from the Blue Jackets. He's a guy I've been high on. I like him. But, like, I would have liked him maybe, and maybe not Wennberg, though. I don't know. Maybe just one of them. Maybe just one of them? All right. Roslovic. I like Roslovic. I do think I love his shot. He scored a lot of goals for Columbus. Former Winnipeg Jet. I like him. I do like him. Hold on. Let me bring up his full stats here. They got Roslovic. Okay, I wonder what the mid-round pick. That's excellent. I'm wondering if it's... Let me see what they got here. Hopefully it's like a 4th and 26 or a 3rd and... Oh, no. Can't be a 3rd and 26. Damn. All right, hopefully... We'll see what it is. Okay, we'll see what else. Maybe we'll see. I'm really hoping they get one more thing. I'm really hoping they get one more thing. They gotta get one more thing. Just like one more winger. I don't know, man. I don't know if they will get one more thing now that I think about it. Damn. All right, fine. Hold on. Let me just think about this. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me think. All right, I like the Roslovic deal. I do. I like him. I like him as a player a lot. I've always liked him. I just don't know if he is that top line right winger. Can he possibly be the top line right winger for Zibanejad and Kreider? They don't need Roslovic. They don't need a depth guy to play the wing. Yeah. So, yeah, they don't. All right. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next 7 minutes. All right, Jack Roslovic from Columbus to the New York Rangers, confirmed by Elliot Friedman. All right, so Jack Roslovic is a New York Ranger. I've always liked him as a player. Let me bring up his stats as a Winnipeg Jet is when I like to actually talk about him. Jack Roslovic. Oh, I went to the Capitals. I went to the Jets. Columbus. All right, Roslovic has played some center in the past. He's not going to play center for this team. There's no way. He makes $4 million, so we'll see how much. Hopefully there's some retention on him. All right, so I have his stats right here. All right, so they essentially acquired 2 bottom 6 guys, right? All right, we can get rid of the Pacioretty Bull because he's obviously not coming here. Oh, I missed that. But like, all right, so this is Roslovic. Like I said, he's not a top 6 right winger, but he's a guy who can provide some depth for the New York Rangers. They already acquired Alexander Wennberg, who can kind of provide some center depth on the bottom 6 for the New York Rangers. So they beefed up their bottom 6. They got some guys who can absolutely provide minutes for them in the playoffs. Right now, what do you think of the top 6 is the question. I'm not going to stop talking about it. It's still not the answer for the top 6. Still not going to be enough for the top 6. We'll see, though. We'll see. Maybe Roslovic in an elevated role, possibly with Zibanejad, if they put him there. Maybe. But man, Zibanejad needs to go. Get going. I didn't mean go. Like leave. Zibanejad needs to get going. Kreider needs to get going. If Jack Roslovic is a guy that can come in and help those two get going, you take a chance. I always liked Roslovic's game in Winnipeg. He was originally in the Patrick Laine deal, man. This guy's got had some value to him. He was a very good player in Winnipeg. Hasn't really found his game in Columbus. He's possibly a guy who could maybe refine his game in New York and for the New York Rangers in the playoffs. So, we'll see. Is there any word on Bucci and Vetrano? Nope. Still need a top. Yeah, he's still a solid replacement Rempe. I don't know about replacement Rempe. I mean, if they don't want to, maybe if they want to go with scoring and more of like, maybe. Roslovic to the Rangers confirmed. It's a 4th round pick that becomes a 3rd if the Rangers reach the Cup Finals. All right. Yeah, 4 minutes left. Oh my God. Jack Roslovic. Come on, one more Hail Mary. Chris, pick up the phone. I'm gonna name one player right now. I'm gonna look at all these players. Hold on. Free agents. Let's do it. Free agents. This season, no. You know what we're gonna look at? We're gonna look at free agents in 3 years. 24, 20, no, 25, 26. What is that? Tavar. No. Oh my God. Go out and get Mitch Marner. Nah. Could you get Marner? He's got a no move. He would have to waive. Salary's $8 million. Although the cap it's 8, 10, and 10.9. He's got way too high of a cap hit. Never mind. Let's see. No way. No way. Are you kidding? Oh my god, they're becoming. Oh my god. This is not Rangers related. 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 I'm throwing Roslovic's stats out the window for a second. We're gonna put this in the top because this absolutely means something for a second. And we're gonna put this right here. What I just read. Oh my god. Vegas may be acquiring Tomas Hertl. Whoa. Can you imagine? They're going to become like the Dodgers of hockey. They're getting everyone. They're getting everyone. Come on, grab the other one. Okay, you know what? We're getting rid of the... We're just going to move it over here. Back over here. Boom. Those are the top stories right now. Boom. I cannot believe Tomas Hertl right now might be a Golden Knight. And Chris Shores like this. But I get it. I get it, man. It's hard. The market's hard. You got 1 minute left also. It's tough. Nah, but like, I don't know. I still would have liked the right winger, but I get it, man. You got to go for it now. Here we go. This is your team. This is your team post deadline. I'm not loving it. Not loving it. Not loving it. All right, we'll see what trickles in the next couple of minutes here as we approach 3 o'clock. Mercer to the Rangers? No. Hertl to Vegas possibly is insane. Chris Drury taking a... Yeah, Chris Drury's like this. It's okay. Not really, but it's okay. All right, it is 30 seconds left. Tomas Hertl. Tomas Hertl. He's a Vegas Golden Knight. Tomas Hertl's a Golden Knight. Oh my god. Tomas Hertl. He's a Vegas Golden Knight. Wow. Want to know something hilarious about Tomas Hertl? He's currently on IR. Oh my god. No, but I think he'll be healthy, right? I'm pretty sure he'll be healthy for the playoffs. Or is he out the whole year? If that's the case, then they'll just put $8.1 million on the LTIR, like they usually do. And he's got a contract till the end of 29-30. This is an insane deal. This is crazy. This is a bomb trade at the buzzer here. Now 3:01 currently, past 3 o'clock. So the trade deadline is over. All the trade calls are in. We just got to wait for them now. Oh, man. All right. Tomas Hertl going to the Golden Knights is insane, but we'll see what's going on after. All right. Roslovic, it looks like, and that's about it. And Wennberg, Roslovic, Wennberg, and Ruedel. Ooh, okay. Ooh. I can't believe Vegas is getting Hertl. It's first rounders going back. Wow. All right. It's 3:02. Let's see what's going on. Booch definitely scoring tomorrow. James Dolan got his wish. Yeah, he didn't trade the first. All right, hold on. Let me get back to the chat now. I'm here. Hertl to Vegas is incredible. Hertl to Vegas is insane. If you don't think Hertl to Vegas is the biggest trade in a while, then you're bugging. That is a huge trade. That is the biggest trade I've seen in a while, man. That's a big deal. And the Vegas of all teams, man, to the freaking Vegas Golden Knights. That's crazy. I'm telling you, they're becoming the Dodgers of the NHL or the Cowboys or the Yankees of the NHL. It's crazy. Insane. This is insane. What a day. What a day. It's going to be tough for Drury to keep his job if they don't get out of round one, I'll tell you that, with this team. They don't trade the first round pick, so the Rangers still have their first round pick this year. Obviously. I don't even know. I don't know. You got next year's too now. All right. If Roslovic's got to be the top line right wing or second line right wing, we'll see. I like his game. I like that acquisition a lot more than Wennberg, for the top six, obviously. Hertl to Vegas, rest in peace, LTR wins again. I know this is probably going to be the most wide open playoffs in the years. Usually there's 1 to 2 clear favorites. Now there's like 8. Yeah, no, there's absolutely. There might be like, I think every single team that makes the playoffs has a chance to win the Stanley Cup this year, especially in the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference is going to be so loaded. I mean, like, not loaded, but like, yeah, anybody in that conference can win. Anybody can win that in that conference. It's gonna be a great playoffs, but we'll see what's going on. We'll see what happens. Tomas Hertl. I can't believe it. He is a Vegas Golden Knight. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I like the Rangers. I like what the Rangers did. Listen, would I have liked a guy who can score goals more on the right wing? Yeah, I would have. I would have absolutely preferred that, but I'm not going to hate what the Rangers did. I'm not going to hate what Drury did. What's the return on Hertl? I'm not sure yet. It looks like first-round picks. I saw a sexy Jari, so we'll see. All we need is Igor as a manager, Panarin to play to their potential for a deep playoff run. That is the biggest key, Tommy. Their biggest key is playing their stars playing up to potential in 5-on-5 scenarios, which is what the playoffs are meant. That's what the playoffs are. It's hard hockey at 5-on-5. That's what the playoffs are. So you need your boys to be able to do that. Your top guns. We'll see. We'll see. We've got 20 games now after today. After tomorrow, they'll have 19. That'll be crazy. Season's almost over. It's been a magical season. It's been very good for the Rangers. It's been very good. They've had a lot of memories so far. A lot of good memories. It's been good. Hertl's he's in a huge deal. Yeah. Only at 8.1, but still a huge deal. 6 years remaining, yeah. Oh, man, my throat. Haven't done this for a while. Kessel did not sign. Mr. Pina, great point. Oh, my God, Phil Kessel did not sign. Huh. He will not be eligible to play playoffs, obviously. He probably won't even sign now. I don't know why he would sign now. I like the Vegas Golden Knights in the West. I don't know if Hertl will be healthy, though. Oh, man, what an acquisition for the Golden Knights. What an acquisition for the Golden Knights. Ah! San Jose did heavy retention, obviously. There's no way. He is a right wing, but he's also been a center too, Roslovic. He's also been a center too. I like that they actually got two guys that I liked, but not recently. You know what I'm saying? They got two guys I liked maybe 4 years ago. So funny. I just was not expecting both of these guys to be Rangers this year. I'll tell you that. But they are now both Rangers. So I'm going to run with them. I'm going to run with them because they're my team. They're fun. Jury strikes out again. Right wing scoring upgrade goes down the drain. That's true. Their right wing scoring upgrade absolutely did go down the drain. Did we get anyone else beside Roslovic? Chad, Ruedel, new prospect, Alex Wennberg? Did they get a new prospect? Alexander Wennberg. Oh, the Nelson deal. Yeah. No, they did not get anyone else at the moment. They did not upgrade first line or second line right wing, to my liking at least. I like Roslovic as a player, just don't know if he could do it. We'll see. Hertl had to waive his no move, obviously. He's got 6 more years left on his contract. He is hurt. He's going to be ready for the playoffs. I knew he was going to be ready for the playoffs. I knew it. I remember hearing that. Like, he would have been ready for the playoffs if he was, if the Sharks were going to make the playoffs. But obviously they weren't going to make the playoffs. So now he'll be ready for the playoffs, which I wonder if I'm sure he was skating as if, like, he would have been ready for the playoffs, obviously. So, yeah. That's good. He'll be ready for the playoffs. I mean, listen, like I said before, the Golden Knights, what they're doing isn't great. I mean, listen. They have the assets. They're going out and going to get guys. Listen, this one is over the top. This one is a guy who's hurt, or currently hurt, and they're going to be able to put him on LTIR, and he'll be ready for the playoffs. And he's Tomas Hertl. But what did they do? They used 2 first-round picks, right? I mean, I'm assuming they used 2 first-round picks. And we'll see what else gets sent to San Jose. I'm assuming this is not a cheap price. And also San Jose retained. Like, this is going to be a steep price for the Vegas Golden Knights. And they deserve that in every single way. They deserve to spend. Roslovic and Wennberg are not bad moves in the slightest because they're not good players. Because they're good players. But still, no, it is underwhelming. Absolutely, it is. It is a little underwhelming. But you never know what they can do with a new team, and you never know what you can do with a new team. Jack Roslovic was playing in Winnipeg. Let me see. I think he played maybe 1 playoff year in Winnipeg. Let me see. Jack Roslovic. His playoff stats. 10 games, 6 games, 4 games. So he has not been in the playoffs in 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. This will be his 4th straight season. It would have been his 4th straight season. No playoffs. It would have been with the Columbus Blue Jackets. No playoffs. I mean, technically he was in that bubble year with the Blue Jackets, but that doesn't count, in my opinion. So he hasn't been in the playoffs in like 3 seasons, essentially. He got swept with Winnipeg in 1920. That was the bubble. So, I mean, all right, he really hasn't been in the playoffs since, like, 18-19. Sure, he's hungry, right? Sure, he's hungry. We already talked about Wennberg's playoffs earlier. They're both players who are really hungry for the playoffs. Wennberg just got a taste of it. Roslovic wants a taste of it again. Jack Roslovic has yet to record a playoff goal. Jack Roslovic has yet to record a playoff goal. Rangers are now going into the last 19 games with a possible top 6 of Kakko maybe there on the right side of Zibanejad and Kreider. Maybe Jack Roslovic. We'll see. Sharks are giving up 2 firsts for Hertl, and it is some heavy salary retention. And David Edstrom is the key part of the San Jose trade from Vegas. So David Edstrom, don't know who that is. Let's look him up. What a trade. David Edstrom is a 19-year-old forward center. Oh, he looks like a good forward. Okay, hold on here. Yeah, this is their 32nd overall pick in 2023. This is their first round. This is their first round pick. Wow. So it's essentially like 3 first round picks here for Tomas Hertl. Yeah, he is signed. He is signed. So the San Jose Sharks will be able to use him whenever, I guess. But that is an excellent trade by the San Jose Sharks, doing significant awareness, has significant awareness by Mike Greer, the GM over there, getting value for a guy who's hurt, man. Almost essentially 3 first-round picks. You got a center who could possibly turn into a Tomas Hertl. I'm sure Vegas drafted him with that intention of him becoming, their guy becoming a top-line center. So the Sharks, 2 first-round picks and a guy who previously was a first-round pick. Great trade for the Sharks. I'm sure they're gonna be paying maybe like $4 million per season for Hertl for the next 6 years. You got to hope you don't run into the playoffs against them, because the last thing you want to do is be paying for a guy that's beating you in the playoffs. You don't want that happening. You don't want that happening. All right. So it is a first round pick in 2025. David Edstrom. Wait, this trade doesn't. I can't read Darren Drager's tweets because that doesn't make sense. I'll just wait for a second. I'll wait for a second. Hey, Will Cohen. Good follow on Twitter. I'm gonna steal this tweet. I'm gonna give you credit though on Twitter. I'll give you credit. I'm gonna give you credit. I love this. I love this. I love this. All right. Here's what the New York Rangers did. At the trade deadline over the last couple of days, courtesy of Will Cohen from Twitter. Shout out, Will. All right. Why do they even need the retention if he's held out into the playoffs? Is that just in case he's ready earlier? Also, for the next probably 6 years, they don't want to probably pay Hertl that much money. And it'll probably just be better. And they could probably spend to get that retention, which is what they kind of did. 1 first, Edstrom, and 2/3 for Hertl. Yeah, it's just the 1 first, it looks like. I'm going to get back to that in a second, but I want to talk about what the Rangers did first. And wait for that trade to finalize. That's why I'm not talking about it yet, because if it's only the 1 first, I'm going to be a little concerned then. Because honestly, not concerned. I just really thought it was a very good deal with the 2 first and the prospect. We'll see. I'll just wait until the final trade is in. But I want to talk about what the Rangers have done so far. Not so far, but the Rangers have done at the deadline. And what Chris Sherry's done, courtesy of Will Cohen over on Twitter. So they get in Alexander Wennberg, Chad Ruhwedel, and Jack Roslovic. Jack Roslovic and Alexander Wennberg, most likely bottom 6 guys in my opinion. Maybe they have bigger visions for Jack Roslovic, possibly playing the top 6. But as of right now, I think it'll be a roll with Zibanejad, Kreider, Kakko, Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere. And then I don't know who's going to fill in the bottom 6, honestly. There's a lot of players now for those spots. So, out is a 2024 second-round pick, 2025 fourth-round pick, 2027 fourth-round pick, 2026 fourth-round pick. It'll become a third, that last fourth-round pick, if the Rangers reach the Stanley Cup. If the Rangers reach the Stanley Cup final. So, I mean, that's really good asset management, I think. That's excellent asset management. You didn't really give up that much, right? You were supposed to go out and get maybe a Guentzel, which would have costed you a lot of assets, but you didn't. And now you go into the next offseason with still your first-round pick, thinking ahead here. You still have a couple of your prospects that maybe you can move on at the trade deadline. At the draft if needed or in the offseason. But, I mean, looking into the future now, the Rangers did a good job of holding on to their assets. They did. They did an excellent job of holding on to their assets. Was that the right move? I don't know. We'll see in the next 3 months if the Rangers are battling for a Stanley Cup still. There still can be trades, Jacob, but I don't think there will be. I think the Rangers are done. There's no sign indicating that there still are more trades. Oh, Tomas Hertl is expected to return in the regular season. He is expected to return in the regular season. Interesting. That's a really good trade, I think. It's an excellent trade. Jack Roslovic, number 96. I wonder if he'll still stick with 96. So it's not 2 first weeks. You lied to us. You lied, Kevin. Kevin, you lied. There are big trades after 3 sometimes. Yes, there are. But there aren't any today. Brodzinski's going to move up? Think he's gonna be a first line right winger, MC? You think Roslovic and Rubido will be ready for tomorrow? They're home, right, against St. Louis? Yeah. Yeah, they could be. Why wouldn't they be? I think Columbus can get. I think Roslovic can get in. Well, let me see. They skated with a roster today. Yeah, but then they only have one off. They're probably not even gonna practice Sunday because they play Jersey Monday, Carolina Tuesday. They'll probably maybe practice. No, they can't practice Wednesday. They may practice. I don't know. But then they have 3 games in the next 5 nights after St. Louis. So I don't know. I don't know what can happen. They'll need the forwards, I guess. They'll need the extra legs. They'll give a couple guys a night off, you know. There's a lot of tweets I'm seeing on Twitter that Roslovic maybe have been a Ranger fan. Oh my God. Jack Roslovic was a Ranger fan, or he was rooting for the Rangers during their cup run in 14. That's awesome to see. He's currently from Ohio. Well, he's originally from Ohio. It's really cool to see. Yeah, Frank Vetrano did not get the move, which I expected. Pat Verbeek did the same thing he did with Henrique last year. He's just gonna wait. He asked for a lie. He's just gonna wait. Are you guys satisfied with what the Rangers did at the deadline? Are you guys satisfied? Are you satisfied? What do I think is gonna happen with Jones? Man, I don't know, but I don't know. These pickups remind me of a lesser version of Vetrano and Kopp. They also got Mott that year, too, though. How does Rubido fit? Getting rid of Miller? No, they're not getting rid of Miller. I like the moves the jury did. He didn't give up future. Yeah, I mean, I'd like that, Stuart. Of course. I mean, you have to be conscious of what your assets are, and you don't want to do what you did 8 years ago and go into a rebuild because you sold off so much in potential cup runs. You don't want to do that. So it was excellent asset management. You just got to make sure, man, your goal is to win the Stanley Cup this year, though. Your goal is to win the Stanley Cup. I'm sorry. If asset management prohibited you from possibly adding a guy to win a Stanley Cup, then that's not a good move. If the deal wasn't right, then the deal wasn't right. You don't want to overpay. That's absolutely one thing. I'm sure there was a freaking tax with Pittsburgh, but you don't want to overpay. I completely understand that. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, I was just responding to a text. Connor Dewar to Toronto. Okay. Colin Miller, we actually didn't even talk about that. Colin Miller's going from the Devils to the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets beefed up, too. The Winnipeg Jets, I mean, for a team that kind of has been slowing down, there's adding a lot, and I think that there's potential that they can make a deep run in the playoffs with some of these guys that they're getting. Seriously. What up, Kerry? What up? Luke, what's up? Bruins, we're going to give Swayman to LA. It was LA? Where? Where'd you hear that? Panthers Bill Zito's on the show on ESPN2. Blue Jays beat the Yankees 2-1. I'm devastated. I'm completely devastated. Responded to a text. I apologize again. Right. It is 3:21. I'm assuming all trades are done. There's no way. I'm assuming all trades are done. It's about to be 3:30. It's about to be 3:30. Sorry, Allmark, not Swayman. Yeah, it was definitely Allmark. Yeah. Rangers are cooked the whole season. I don't know. I would have loved another right winger, man. A guy who could put the puck in the back of the net, other than Artemi freaking Panarin. And Zibanejad and Kreider on the power play. All right. I love what the Avalanche did. I think they're absolutely winners at the end of this day. Laffy, yeah, that's a good point. Laffy, that's a good point. I'm happy they kept Ottman, obviously. I want to see what he does. I mean, he's got to make the team next year, right? He's got to make the team next year. Ottman, you don't hold on to an asset like that for a trade for him not to make the team 8 months later, right? Or he possibly comes up in the playoff spot this year. You know? Yeah, Allmark had a way. Allmark, they weren't going to trade Swayman. They were going to trade Allmark, but he had a waive a no trade, and he didn't want to do it. Nothing surprised. Surprised nothing from Detroit. Agree with you on them. Yeah, Detroit wanted to add a veteran forward. They didn't do that. Also surprised they were really active. They're always active, and they were more quiet closer to the deadline. So yeah. Yeah. And the Canucks are done also, and they didn't sign Kessel, which stinks. Phil Kessel won't be in the playoffs this year. We need Mika to do something. Move on, parent. Yeah. No, I mean, no, listen. Regardless of what they did at the deadline, they need Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox, and Igor Shesterkin to do this in the playoffs. Vincent Trocheck, Alexei Lafreniere, Kappa, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They need to do it in the playoffs. 2 years ago, they were excellent. All of them. I mean, they all pulled it out when they needed to in the playoffs, man. They all did. It was great. It was a good run. They won 2 rounds, man. They got lucky in those rounds. But because of the way that they played, man, the way that they just took it out of themselves to will their way to win those games in those series, they need to find that way to do it this year again, because they didn't do that last year. They didn't do that last year. They weren't able to do that in the round against the Devils at any point, man. After the first 2 games, they weren't able to do that. They weren't able to do that after the first 2 games against the Devils series. They need to find everything in their power to do that. It doesn't matter who they acquired. It doesn't matter. Didn't matter. Didn't matter who they acquired. It did not matter who they acquired. They need their top guys to produce. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I got you. Apologize for that. But it doesn't mean that Roslovic can't work in the first line, right? It does not mean that he can't work as like a Vetrano, right? It can easily work as that. Vetrano's Roslovic's got skill, man. He's a former 45-point guy. 22 goals scored 3 years ago. 2 years ago? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 22 goals. I would easily take 22 goals next to Kreider as a manager, man. Easily. And don't put him on the power play. Don't put him on the power play. I keep the power play the way it is. Put him on the first line. It's fine. Perfect. We'll see, though. I was talking the whole time. Yo. Really believe that Kako can be that right-wing one kid, just has to hit the net more? I don't think he can be at this point, Luke. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times we're going to give him this freaking try. Right now, he's not it. Right now, for this playoffs, he's not it. He's just not it. He just can't do that right now. He just doesn't take the puck to the net enough. He's too soft. He's still too soft. He still doesn't take the puck to the net enough. Look at Alexei Lafreniere. Take the puck to the net. Take the puck to the inside. He does it so much better than Kakko, man. And Kakko's body's built for it. Lafreniere's grown into his body. Kakko had the body. He needs to use his body more and drive to the net. If he is on that top line, then Kakko needs to do it. He needs to. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a break, and hopefully I'll come back. And there was no more trades. I don't want to miss any, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind if one squeaked through from Chris Shuri for like, I don't know, Ovechkin. All right, I'll be right back. I'll leave you with some tunes. I know. The mic wasn't on. I know. My bad. All right. I think that's it. I do want to make one note that the Golden Knights did not send 2 firsts. It was just the 1 first and the prospect. So 1 first and a prospect and a third, I think it was also. The only goalie traded was Jake Allen, right? Only goalie traded was Jake Allen. How funny. Think that's it, right? I don't think there will be a trade pushing through, right? Mr. Bean, what's going on? How you doing? All right. Does Roslovic play against the Blues? I don't know. I think he'll definitely play against the Devils. Yeah, he'll definitely play against the Devils. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see if there's any more trades in the well. I'm wait another 5 minutes, I think. Wow. San Jose is going to have 2 slots used for their retained salary until July 1st, 27. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Bean, it's okay. Islanders were very quiet this deadline, but they have a good team. I think they're stringing together a lot of wins, and they're playing better hockey. They get the goaltending, you never know what can happen. Okay. I think that's got to be the last trade, right? The Duar trade. I think that's it. All right. I'll take my chances. All right, I'm going to head out, guys. I appreciate you guys watching the stream. Please leave a like if you guys did enjoy. If you guys are brand new, consider subscribing. Would really appreciate that. But yeah. If anything else breaks, though, I'll be on with like a video or something. I'm going to try to trim most of these segments, I guess, throughout this stream into like a video for the deadline. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. Yeah. It was nice to be back. It's good to be back on live. It's nice seeing you all. And I'll see you guys later.